Got to have it.
I keep a quarter for my focus and a fifth for all my trouble. Everything that happened yesterday, today I'm trying to double money, double bitches, double D's all in my pictures. And this life is getting crazy. Double prayers for my niggas. Keep a quarter for my focus and a fifth for all my trouble. Everything that happened yesterday, today I'm trying to double money, double bitches, double D's all in my pictures. And this life is getting crazy. Double prayers for my niggas. Waking up to a different freak every day of week. We don't sleep, so my bed sheets folded nice and neat. While we creeping in and out of hell, dancing with the devil. $1 million business settlements, that's how we settle. Golden medals, how we do it. Gold and purple fluids help influence people telling me it's something about my music. I'm the truest, I'm congruent to two of the best to do it. Military mindset, no AWOL in my unit. AJ hit me up, I wrote him back, but never sealed it up. Cause I've been busy drowning in my sorrow, coast been filling up. Trying to keep my mind over matter, life so depressing. Wishing I can hear Kendrick Lamar for swimming lessons. Not impressed by first impressions of these bitches trying to press me. Sending me naked pictures, what I want of viewer discretion is advised.
As I strive to acquire bigger things while I try to disguise all my natural killer ways.
I keep a quarter for my focus and a fifth for all my trouble. Everything that happened yesterday, today I'm trying to double money, double bitches, double D's all in my pictures. And this life is getting crazy. Double prayers for my niggas. Keep a quarter for my focus and a fifth for all my trouble. Everything that happened yesterday, today I'm trying to double money, double bitches, double D's all in my pictures. And this life is getting crazy. Double prayers for my niggas. Out here in the jungle with the lions trying to double up. They say you living fast, you dying faster.
So I double cut, sipping auntie heads in the darkly color sedan. I can feel my fingers itching before the gray touch my hand.
If you really off the muscle, it's easy to understand. Got the upper hand on Dan and I'm underhanded as man. Still a Lou and Uncle Sam off in traffic, nigga, what's happening? Might spit inside the booth, but on mercy, it ain't no rapping. See my ex walking, I pulled up rocking couture. And of course my whip was foreign, some shit she couldn't afford. Rolled my windows down and blew her a kiss and told her, boy, bitch, I know you mad off the fact this could have been yours. Keep a 40 for my enemies, no creases on my denim jeans. Money is the only thing inside my bank of memories. Sometimes I lose track of the mission, dealing with bitches. I'd rather lose track of these bitches dealing with riches. Keep trying to touch a million, and I feel for all my trouble. Everything that happened yesterday, today I'm trying to double money, double bitches, double D's all in my pictures. And this life is getting crazy. Double prayers for my niggas. Keep a quarter for my focus, and I feel for all my trouble. Everything that happened yesterday, today I'm trying to double money, double bitches, double D's all in my pictures. And this life is getting crazy. Double prayers for my niggas.
Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of the Black Wall Street Bets Taco Tuesday, where we talk about currency only. Today we are here with Empire Professor Ras Natty. What's going on, brother?
Hey, they heard that bell, so they already know what's going on, man.
Ring that bell, ring that bell.
Hey, be in the building. Man, we've been in the building so much, I think we're going to stop saying that we in the building.
Is this a 50K?
Just say here.
Is this a 50K?
Just say here now. Here. Right, because we just always here, right? It's just like almost like, hey, it's almost like the teachers don't even call roll no more. Oh, okay. Black Wall Street Bets is okay. Boom. We're in the building again. Another episode. You know, we start off real light. It's always a light hustle. But I start off with a little market recon. I just kind of get an idea for the market. Let's see what's going on right now. Let's see. Man, see what's going on. I heard everybody been excited today. 50K. It's at 51.
Yo, we finally got a 50K Taco Tuesday. Shout us out. Another milestone has been touched. Why are you laughing, Professor Ras Natty? What's so funny?
That joke, AJ. But nevertheless, y'all, you feel me?
This is one of the goals that we was trying to attain, right?
What you mean?
A 50K Tuesday.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with it. There ain't nothing wrong with it, sis.
Buzzkill, right?
Ain't nothing wrong with it, but we're not excited. We're not excited. But what we do see
we're energized.
What we do see is everything that we're invested in or we tell people about today like it's red. It's usually always red. We always tell y'all a good time to get entry, so shouldn't be too much people blue. I guess you could buy yo T. What about dot? I've been telling y'all to get dot when it was at $15. So I ain't even worried about that. But what vet looking like? You talking about vet green? Fuck vet green.
Velvet.
All right.
That the 111.
That makes sense because it actually dropped to about 7 cents. I'm pretty sure it was a couple of days ago. It was one of the biggest movers. 2 days ago, Monday. Mm-hmm. Monday, this John did amazing. I think it was up like 20%, 25% or something like that. Mm-hmm. So, these smaller Johns, I got to understand with them because you see a lot of people playing these little weird stuff. But I'm not even going to mention those boys. Mm-hmm. Who else we got in here? Doge. What's going on with Doge?
Dog get Doge. To make you see what I do.
Okay, it fell a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It fell?
Yeah, it was at early when I seen it at 25.9, basically 26, a little bit higher than that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on?
But they say on the date it's up 4%. It's back to the 25. So yeah, that it's been about that 25 number the whole day technically.
Okay. Yeah, I was looking at it. It went up because last time I looked at it, it was at 22 cents.
No, hell no. That makes sense. I get you totally. Because look at Luna. Luna's down at 43. Mm-hmm. I remember telling Empras just recently, man, I might want to get out of Luna. I never said that, but Luna was falling. Luna fell to almost $20-something. Mm-hmm.
Ran up.
Mm-hmm. So that's why when y'all notice that there's pullbacks in the market, that just means that it was running another time, right? It was running on a different schedule. So there's always going to be ups and downs in the market, right? Unless you get into shit. You might be stuck in shit.
Down.
Yeah. Shit's is kind of hard, right? Like a lot of the meme stocks. I've been hearing a lot of people selling out the fake Wall Street bet, right? I think there's those people out there. They faking it, and what they're doing is they're exposing a lot of the people that follow them to a lot of losses. I was
definitely exposing some guys.
Man, boy, just think about all those meme stocks that the people in.
Save the kids token.
Anybody that had a chance to even check out their the little Reddit subgroup where you're going and you see these Black Wall Street. Nah. Not them. The Black Wall Street Bets guys, those guys are amazing, right? You can check them out on YouTube and little different platforms like that. But these Wall Street Bets guys, if you go in one of their groups, you'll just see that they just throw stuff out. There's no back and just nothing. It's just this. Nothing is nothing. It's like looking at this. You see how we doing the market recon right now, where you can't really see nothing. You just see numbers changing. And you're like, it's at 562 now. You feel me? That's what they're doing over there. They just see a number. They say, that's a good number. They're not looking at the chart. They don't know if it's falling. They don't know nothing. Right? So that's what's happening to a lot of those people over there. And like I said, it's good when you're making money, but when you're not, that's when people start complaining. So right now what you see is a lot of complaints. A lot of people speaking now saying, we losing a lot. So, to each his own, but make sure y'all, hustle smart. Can you go to Tezos? Because I've been telling the people about Tezos. Tezos is down today. It's XTZ.
Tezos.
It's down 8% and it's at $7.50 50 plus cents. I've been telling people about Tezos when it dropped to almost $2. I was like, I bought this at $5. Right? I repositioned at $2.50 or whatever was $2 just to get a lower buy point, but my initial buy was at $5.70. You feel me? So
You'll still be up. You don't even be worried about this.
Man, I always try to let people know that there is things that you are early adopters of. Don't try to worry, because like a lot of people that's stressing about the market right now, you can tell that they wasn't early, right? So when things fall, it's like, yo, I'm down. It's like, yo, you down? It's like 50K, dude. When you bought? Man, just bought last time when it went up. Okay, there's nothing wrong with it. Just know that people been waiting. You're gonna have to wait too, my brother. You ain't about to just come in and and just skip everybody in line. So that's what's kind of going on right now. Can I get the mouse?
Yes.
Okay, so let's see if there's anything on here that I find super interesting. Litecoin working. But yeah, so things like Doge, like I said, a lot of this stuff, bro, I hate when y'all wait too long when it already run. I'm not a big investor on things when it runs already. I try to wait for that retest, as they'll call it. We was telling y'all about that last time, how we had an algorithm over here at Black Privilege that we set up to kind of get those tests and get those great entries. Right. So, but usually, like if you're just a regular person and you're just trying to figure out the best time to enter something, once something runs up a certain amount of percentage, 1%, 2%, you kind of want to wait for a pullback. Sometimes you'll catch it. It'll still be going up. Right. But all right, sometimes people hit lotto. Right. Sometimes people have crazy accidents and don't die. All right, so we really don't want to let sometimes be our determining factor on decisions, right? If it's never and you like, yo, that was a freak accident, let's say a couple of the top news was, one of them was Palantir. I guess Palantir had a nice little run today. They said they just landed the Army contract. Remember, everybody been saying that about Palantir. Even while Palantir was doing bad, everybody was saying, yo, the reason why we betting so big on Palantir is because Palantir, they're working within the government. They got a lot of governmental contracts. That's all they do, right? So a lot of people was betting on them big. They wasn't really having that good of a year, so kind of want to see that report.
Palantir stock rockets after landing Army contract. According to TheStreet.com, Palantir Technology shares rise following its announcement that the U.S. Army awarded an $823 million contract. Palantir Technologies, which is PLTR if you're looking for the ticker, shares on Tuesday rocketed following its announcement that the U.S. Army awarded $823 million to deliver its intelligence, data fabric, and analytics foundation to modernize Army intelligence. Okay. Palantir's...
Pause that for 1 second. Are you able to see the stock price on there? I might just have to check it once you're done reading it, so don't really stress it, but you can't see it nowhere. Don't need to worry about it. You can keep on reading.
It says by almost 14% to $26.44. And after hours, trading shares had closed 0.17% higher in today's regular session.
Okay.
The software company said in a statement after the market closed that the Army's program manager for intelligence systems and analytics selected it to progress to the next phase of the Army's competitive $823 million indefinite delivery and definite quantity contract. After collaborating with the Army on a successful test process, Palantir will support the Army as they proceed through final testing and fielding. Palantir will deploy the Palantir Gotham platform to support Army intelligence users worldwide with a globally federated intelligence data fabric and analytics platform spanning multiple security classifications, the statement said. This capability will field modern data integration, correlation, fusion, and analytical capabilities that prepare the Army for the next fight against emerging near-peer threats. What does that even mean? Because from what I'm reading, this sounds like the mystery behind the madness of Oculus, WhatsApp, Instagram, and Facebook. Because me and Professor Ras Natty were having a debate yesterday. Not even a debate. We were more so discussing how big Facebook is and how integral it's been as far as cornering a market. And
hey, simply put, we were trying to figure out, is Facebook water? Right? Do you need Facebook to survive? Basically, is Facebook so important in the fabric of society that without it, everything unravels?
And the discussion was obviously yes.
Mm-hmm.
But with that being said, if Facebook isn't working, we'll have to find another source of water.
Mm-hmm.
Metaphorically speaking, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, if they are the biggest, we both agreed on that.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say that the PSYOP isn't, all right, you're that good, shut down the biggest social media network that we have.
Mm-hmm.
If we were to ever have a threat where someone decides to hack social media, turn it off. Show us you can turn it off. Show us.
Mm-hmm. And they shut it out.
6 hours.
6 hours? Who said that?
12 hours.
That's made up, right? Because when we woke up at 11, when I came in the room, Facebook wasn't working. They said Facebook came on at 11 p.m.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when he stepped into the studio, it was probably around 11-ish. It was actually still operating because I was updating something.
It had to be a little early before 11 because the girls came and got me. So the time I was in there was like 11:15, so it was working. Everything was fine.
Yeah.
But once it got that 12 time, we started checking other stuff because we was about to get ready out of the room.
Mm-hmm.
That's when we noticed, oh snap, what's going on with Facebook?
Yeah.
Then I said, hold on, did Facebook down? What about WhatsApp?
Mm-hmm.
Because I immediately knew there was a subsidiary. I knew Facebook bought them, I think, in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh snap, check them boys. So Facebook, like the you feel me, the water supply was down for 12 hours. I don't know if motherfuckers about. We don't know what happened. But Empress, what were you saying that you were seeing from hearing this report? Like what thoughts were triggered? Because you were just reading reports and you was like, yo, think about Facebook. Like where you was going with that?
Okay, so the first statement that brought it to me, just the obvious, test, fix, test. It seemed just like, it's just unfathomable for someone that's been doing this as long as they have, and the money that they invest into making sure their employees are well equipped when it comes to being able to create algorithms and, fix bugs and stuff. For you to tell me there was a faulty coding in the updating of some type of system is just like, why are you guys more animate about this? Why are they like, yo, this is a huge problem? Like, we pinpointed who did this. Like, this is unacceptable. Like, it's nothing of that nature. It's like, we're just figuring out that it is. Oh, wake up. Okay, back to normal. Shut up. Act like it didn't happen. Yeah, go worry about the whistleblower that's exposing us.
This
like it just seemed like some type of distraction. Yeah. Ooh, how did they catch that woman? But yeah, it just that in itself, and then the fact that they mentioned our intelligence users wide with a globally federated intelligence data fabric and analytics platform spanning multiple security classifications
across the US.
Like that in itself is like,
and they're all caught on
federated intelligence. We already know what that's about. Anything on the internet isn't just data. Now it's saying federated about federations. Put those two together and you realize like, oh, okay. They just put all of the social medias, which is the next, field of war, onto a plug service. So there is no throttling of the internet and trying to, get Xfinity and Spectrum and whoop to be on the same board. Because that's not what it's about. It's about being able to get that final destination off the map, which is ultimately social media, because social media is ultimately the place that everybody can be informed. You can throttle someone's internet all you want, and that's what most countries do, but that's because their infrastructure is not as complex as ours. Ours has multiple subsidiaries pushing out internet services. So to just throttle internet is not enough. You have to you have to pull plugs. Like, you seen how they pulled the plug on the U.S. the 45th president. Is 45th? Right?
Mm-hmm.
You see how they just pulled the plug on him? That was just a preview of what they are actually capable of doing in reality. They pulled the plug. But yeah, they pull the plug and just, it'd be nothing, bro. That was the funniest part to see, like, something that we've become so dependent on to just be unplugged and no one can do anything about it. You just have to wait. No, there is no secret backdoor. The DNS servers are gone.
No, that's super important. Immediately, anybody that watched this cast possibly heard us talk about Palantir before, because like I said, we came in super stock heavy, so we used to try to give good tips on. And like I said, we're huge in the technology sector, right? So we was talking about even Tesla. I know y'all might look at it automotive, but boom, Tesla is technology, right? So Tesla, we told y'all about that. We told y'all about Taiwan Semiconductor. There's a lot of technology plays we was telling y'all about early, but Palantir was one of them. Palantir was at, I think, around the time that we told y'all about it, probably around $18, $17.60.
And Palantir is not to be confused with Peloton, right?
No. Peloton is the workout, bro.
Okay, yeah.
Right, so Palantir has always been one of these motherfuckers getting these government contracts.
Right.
So when I told people about, you feel me, when we was explaining to people over here about Palantir, that's what we was letting, that was the angle the whole time. We had no other angle. It was like, yo, what you got to understand is that these motherfuckers were getting government contracts since day one. Since they started, bro, they was founded in 2003. Since these motherfuckers was founded, they was founded to get motherfucking government contracts. That's all they do. They don't work with smaller companies and smaller people, which is why
talent wins out. And it's like, bro, I know y'all gonna need this more so than I am.
You feel me? So they was always in that weird bet where it's like, damn, the consumers don't really know about it. So it's kind of hard to tell them how amazing this is.
Right.
But me and Empress always say one thing, because we said the same thing with Tesla. Empress got in Tesla. I'm telling you, like, there was earlier drops, but like a lot of us, Elon playing around. But when we got back into it, right, we already into it on other things, but we got back into it on one of our other brokers. We got it at like $585, right? Wow. It's at $700, $77 easy right now. You feel me? So it's that right, easy. I remember I bought it at $675 on one of my shits, and it's above that also. So we always tell y'all how important it is to have time in the market than to try to time the market. Right? People that was motherfucking farming when Bitcoin fell to 28, fell to 29, fell to 31, sitting back like, damn, I'm glad I'm not in a war. Right? People that bought when it was even at 38, like, damn, I'm glad I'm not in the war. Like, because there's wars going on the outside, there's big wars going on. Right? But if you try to time things, you say, yo, I'm not about to invest till it start running to you. I'm like, maybe you got, I don't know, right? Maybe you can direct when things run. Maybe you might be running off your money.
When have you ever been able to walk up to a ride at, like, just any theme park and been able to just get on? Unless you're VIP, which means you bought in somewhere. It may not be right in front of everybody else, but you paid somewhere. You have to wait in that line.
Hey, one of my favorite rappers had a bar. He said, nigga, something about I'm waiting like they left my name in will call or something like that. And I had no idea the bar, but I already kind of understand what a nigga mean when niggas say they got my ticket and some shit. So I didn't know what it meant, right? And I was sitting down one day and I played it, and I said to the Empress, like, you know what that means? Empress ran it down. I was like, what the fuck? Right? So people gotta understand that, bro. When you show up to a ride and you the next nigga on, you happy than a fuck. That ain't something regular. They always tell you that. Act like you've been here before. You ain't been to always, nigga, first nigga on the ride. You feel me, niggas? Rides is rides, nigga. You hope to be the first one. Right? So that's what we got to understand with everything in life. Time in is better than timing. Right? You could say, yo, it's a famine right now. I don't want to plant nothing. I'm going to wait till it start raining. The man that planted during the famine and was watering. When the rain come, nigga, everything is...
They said hope is stronger than fear.
It's inflation. It becomes inflation then, bro.
Optimism, bro.
It's just like, you feel me? Because even when me and Empress read the chart, I say, Empress, look at this. The MACD saying red, but this nigga going up. That's you harvesting in the famine. The famine is saying, "Yo, it's time to stop harvesting," and you're like, "Okay, cool. Let me see what I could do though while we down here." Right?
And the soul is not ready. All right, let me see what I could do with it.
The most I look down at you and see you planting, nigga, and say, "You know what? Fuck it."
It's the same thing with your car. If you start your car just stop going and the tire's still able to roll and you put forth effort to push the car, like other people are gonna join in. Ultimately, those other people, usually working through the Most High, are gonna help, bro. Same thing with the Most High.
Yeah, that inflation theory is always gonna come in, bro. When somebody looks at something and they say, "Yo, you know what? I could push that up a lot more." Like I said, we always look at things as bad. Mercury retrograde, bad. Everything bad, right? I think we gotta kind of
optimistic.
Yeah, we gotta view things a tad bit different, right? Where it's like cups, glass half full.
It's almost a must, right?
Hey, the brother Buju Banton said, "I'm just an optimistic soul." You feel me? Because that's what it is, bro. Believe in dreams, man. Let me bring the lyrics up because I don't know people don't know lyrics, bro. And I don't know lyrics right now, so I gotta play that shit for everybody so they can be inspired. Oh my gosh! Oh yeah, my dude right here. That's what I'm saying. We started out strictly stocks. Like I was even thinking, like a lot of the players that I even got into earlier, I was like, man, I got into shit listening to niggas saying this was a good play. Like I kind of looked at the numbers and like, oh, the numbers look right. And then I looked at it, I was like, yeah, it was high right here though. You feel me? Just a bunch of bullshit. I'm telling y'all, bro. Y'all see the growth, right? You see the growth in real time. When people say, "Yo, no, that's not a good play." Let me look at the chart. Yo, that's fucked up, bro. Because the fundamentals also count too, right? Because right now with Bitcoin, there's fundamentals going on. They tell you that you buy the news, right? You buy the news, and then I guess you sell the motherfucking event. When the event comes, you sell it. When the news out, nigga, you buying it because you're like, yo, let me get that news because I know these niggas is buying it because they believe the news. But when the event start, they think that stuff is going to rocket. I think that stuff is going to go down. So I'm selling it to them, right? So I was listening to a matter of fact, I'm not even going to say it because what I'm going to do, I'm going to take y'all off y'all track, and I need everybody to stay on their track. So first and foremost, I'm going to talk about Tesla. Blah.
This woman is about to key a Tesla. Mean-spirited acts of vandalism are happening across the USA to Tesla owners, and they're all caught on security cameras, which are equipped on Teslas. Total damage, $1,500. Once is not enough for this woman who keys a Tesla twice. This granny repeatedly keys a car in a parking lot in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Getting it repaired won't be cheap, says owner Amanda Abbott.
Right now, the estimate is at $7,650.
And look at this random attack.
I was speechless, and then anger came in, and I just couldn't believe someone did this on purpose.
What's at the heart of this kind of vandalism? I think it's the presumption of Tesla owners being rich or snobby, goes one social media comment. It's not just keying, this guy rams a shopping cart into a Tesla. This driver swerves at full speed, aiming for the Tesla. And this motorcyclist yanks off a Tesla mirror. Vlad Fayer, owner of Brooklyn Motors, which specializes in Teslas, says those security cameras are a huge help in tracking down the vandals.
So you have a camera on each fender right here and right here, which will record this side of the car. You have a camera in the rear that's going to record everything in the back, and you have a camera in the windshield that's going to get the whole front view.
I wanna go away without turning back.
You want to share this one?
Friends you lose and friends you don't have. I wonder who out there still believes in God. Whoa, I wonder why the world turned. Maybe I'm just too concerned. Hey. Or maybe I'm a dreamer, believe in dreams that shall never. Man, this is my brother right here. Look, makes me wonder. Wanna go ahead without turning back. Now I see myself waiting for the top. I wanna break free, but I feel trapped. A voice inside me saying, "Don't stop." Oh,
make me wonder The word is mud.
The friends you lose and the friends you don't have. I wonder who out there still believes in God. I wonder, Lord, I wonder why the world turns. Hey, maybe I'm just too concerned. Hey, maybe these things make my heart burn. Listen.
My heart burn.
Or maybe I'm a
dreamer.
Believe in dreams that will never be.
Believe in dreams.
Believe in visions. Damn. Go ahead and read it then. I'm done reading.
Believe in visions. Man, where's the instrumental or something? Believe in visions.
Oh, you want instrumental?
Or maybe I'm just another optimistic soul. I don't know.
You instrumental rap.
But yes, with that video that we just watched, let me put Ras Natty on the screen real quick. Yo, me and Professor Ras Natty was just arguing about dash cams and surveillance around your vehicle, just to kind of take precautions and protect yourself from things of this nature. And like sometimes we'll like be in the yard and we'll be like, man, people are putting trash in our yard. More so Professor Ras Natty. But I'll be like, yeah, babe, maybe. But there's also a thing called wind that can blow stuff into your yard. So yes, there are people that are littering. But do they intentionally walk up to our yard and drop it in our yard and walk away? I don't know. But with these cameras on these Teslas, it's like, hold on, wait a minute. Because the whole fact is stranger than fiction type of situation. Like this is one of those moments for me because it's like, wait, what? There are people out here like this?
Maybe I'm just an optimistic soul.
I'm so optimistic because I didn't think people had this much jealousy and hate and envy.
I wonder who out there still believes in God.
Like,
I wonder, Lord.
What?
I wonder why the world turned. Buju almost saying like he feel like the Lord should just stop this.
It's like they almost despise hard workers. So are you working hard?
Yo.
Forget you and your Tesla.
You rich bastard.
Bro, that's unbelievable, bro. What the heck is wrong with people? And did you see all these people? These aren't black people. I remember my sister getting charged with vandalism, bro.
It's rare to be black people, bro. I'm telling you, bro. It's more poor whites in America than poor blacks.
And she was so confused. She like, wait, what? We did what to whose? No, that wasn't us.
Nah, people be tripping. People be doing dumb shit. So I understand where you coming at, but I feel like this would just make you want to kill somebody.
Bro, these cameras are pivotal.
Right. It'd be better. Like that's why when stuff happens, law enforcement say, yo, let us see it. Mm-hmm. And then they come out and tell you what happened. Right? Because if you see them, you know them, you hunt them, you hunt them down.
Yeah, you're biased.
And you kill them. You kill them.
Third parties are unbiased, bro. They just want money. Okay, you start it off. Let me know how it goes. Let me know what's coming in.
Hey, I want to go ahead without turning back. Yeah. Yeah.
Keep going.
I want to break feel, but I free track. A voice inside me saying, don't stop. I wonder, hey, the friends you lose and the friends
you don't have.
I wonder
who else still believe in God.
Bro, right now you'll be at World Turns. Maybe I'm just too, you hear the beat concerned. You hear the beat? The beat is sadder now. The beat like, I wanna break free, but I feel trapped. A voice inside me saying, don't stop. You wonder if the world is not. Friends you lose and the friends you don't have. I wonder who out there still believes in God. I wonder why the world turns. Maybe I'm just too concerned. Maybe these things make my heart burn.
I was not
Believe in dreams that will never be. Optimistics. And listen to them though. I wanna. Hey, I know I see myself headed for the top. So like, What he's saying is, bro, I can make it to the top and not help nobody out. But he's saying that, nigga, a voice inside me saying don't stop. Like, bro, just go, bro. Go, bro. That's why he said maybe I'm too concerned. Maybe it make my heart burn. That's why he was saying maybe I'm a dreamer that believe in visions that'll never be. That's why he's explaining all those things, because he's saying, nigga, I want to go ahead without turning back. I want to, you feel me? I see myself waiting for the top. Like, I'm watching the top looking at me. I'm looking at the top. But I'm looking at some of my family. I'm like, damn, they can't make it to the top. Not like that. So now you trying to change them so you can get to the top. You feel me? So that's the visions that you have. Those are the dreams that we all going to make it.
What you seek is seeking you. And if they're not seeking it, they can't be a part of it.
It's clear. Different meditation. Difference of opinion, color and race, different people, different culture, yet to the same thing. We all can relate. Where there's survival, there'll be man trying to gather as much as they can. I'm trying to tell you. With that said, I see nothing wrong. Get up, my brother, man. Get up. I mean, like, that's type of music that these niggas make, bro. These roster brothers, when they make music, bro, it's supposed to change you. It's supposed to change you. You're supposed to leave from listening to the music to becoming a greater human being. You're not supposed to just be walking around with the same mindset. Like, you know, a lot of people, we just it's like when they tell you the difference between a lot of these different drugs. A lot of these different entheogens, we even will say, plant medicine. So, like, even if you make rap, it would be something like, it'll be like cannabis. Like, cannabis is something you got to figure out. It's sort of like, kind of even like wine, right? Wine.
Yeah, that's what music is medicinal, sure. And the thing is,
but what drug is it though, right? Because I mean, what entheogen is it? Because they'll explain things like LSD, DMT, like things that kind of like you see things, like you see vision, right? But with the cannabis, right? You gotta kind of know what you're looking for to even see anything, right? It's like something you just go in and then you get a trip. It's not like, yo, you feel me? It's not that wild trip type of situation. So with that being said, and I hear you saying that music is medicinal, right? What would you compare music to? As what medicine, right? What are you saying? Like what entheogen? What is your basis on saying something like that?
At this point, music for me personally has become like a wine of sorts. A wine or like an antibiotic. And when I say antibiotic, it could be a vaccine, it could be any type of treatment of sorts, but it's just like we need something stronger. Because the treatment's waning off. The efficacy rate is waning off. It's not hitting as hard. And with that being said, we have stronger doses, i.e. Starlito, i.e. Rasta music. You know, there's stronger stuff out there, but it's like, are you ready for it? Because you're looking for stronger stuff in the same drug, and it's not even drug, but medicine. It's like this medicine has lost its efficacy rate with you per se, because it's just like your body's accumulated the antibodies and so on and so forth.
The first time you listened to it, it was a shock. You know, it kind of brought you in.
Yeah, you created a whole visual in your head. You had this, you know, complete vibe, and just everything was there. And now it's just like fading away, and you're like, man, I need something more. Like this, like it was like me listening to Drake high school. It was just like the picture was so vivid, but now it's like I'm actually in the reality of a relationship, and I'm just like, no, turn this off.
Yeah, it's always
this
like
is a placebo for me.
When a lot of people get to those real levels, when they're experiencing things, like nonsense. Facts. Nonsensical, right? Like, you know, even Mike Tyson. I used to love the little snippet Lil Wayne had where he had Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson was talking about all his little fucking belts and all his titles and all this stuff that he won. He was like, it's meaningless. It's meaningless. It means nothing to me. The dude, like, when the white dude interviewed him, he was like, what? It don't mean nothing. He's like, yeah. At one point it did, but now it's meaningless.
Right.
And he started talking about his kids and like deeper things. And like if you see Mike Tyson now, you hear him talking about the toad and all those things. You're like, oh snap, Mike Mike was off that shit. Mike said that the last fight he had was his best fight. That was the first time he ever smoked during a fight. He never did it before. But he was, he said he was done technically. Man, I'm done with this shit, man. He lit up during the fight. Like I said, he used to smoke, but like I said, this is his first time smoking during the fight. Don't just do things if you don't do it on a regular, nigga. Right. That ain't the smartest thing. But he had already figured it out. He already kind of knew what it did to him. He just knew
the ins and outs of the rules now.
Yeah. So he was just like, man, let me see what it do. This motherfucker telling me if I fight on it, I'd be better. I fought on it, and he said, man, I broke the man, knocked the man eye socket out, broke the man whole face off. Yeah, he said he destroyed the man. I felt bad for him. I'm like, God damn. That's so fucked up that you get the one Mike Tyson that decided to get on some herbs and be more methodical about how he throw punches. He hearing punches now. Because Mike Tyson don't block. He do the little weird ducking shit. And he just hearing. Bro, you niggas are going.
Lock them in.
Bro, Mike Tyson would have been a problem. And he explained that to Joe. If I was smoking my whole career, I don't know where I would have been. I don't know where I would have been. You probably been 100 and 300 and old.
Probably would have put him in jail.
Man.
Sir, you've killed one too many.
Man. The man said he was so laser focused on things and he was able to see little spots that he wasn't able to see before. I'm like, yeah, Mike Tyson talking about. Right. So it's always refreshing when you hear a lot of these athletes speak to the plant medicine also, bro, because shit's been criticized.
Yeah, it's supposed to allegedly slow you down.
It's supposed to make you a bum skeet.
Tyson up.
Tyson up so much that Tyson destroyed him.
Moving faster than lightning, bro.
Man, he was moving so fast that it seemed slow. Like when you watch The Matrix, you say, "Yo, Neo moving so slow." No, Neo moving super fast. Everything is slowed down.
KT was just talking about it. You're able to move through the phases.
Hey. And if
you're just phasing now.
Hey, I know y'all watch movies. Y'all seen Ant-Man, a lot of that type of stuff.
What was it, Flash? He said Flash.
Flash.
Phases through the walls.
Flash for sure. This faster he runs because it's vibration, right? It's vibration. That's why he can go into different times. Ant-Man. It said if Ant-Man, if he go too small, he phases into different junk. You know how they explain like atoms and shit. Like them shits is so little. Like they just move. They just move. My little, you just can't never track. You can never capture them, right? So he was explaining the story about the father. He lost his wife. His wife was going through some dive. They was gonna dive together, doing a little dive together, and then he jumped into a super mode. But I'm about to run this right here. Nah, they can't hear it, but I'm about to run it right now for them. Put it on the screen. I don't want it to be like, yo.
Yeah, that Tesla jump was crazy, bro. That's unfair, and I don't like it at all. The people that do that shit, man, I have a different.
I'm telling you, everything sounds far-fetched, but I'm telling you, that's why rich people say, yo, I don't bring my cars in those areas. You say, oh, bro, you racist against poor people.
Yeah, and it's like, nigga, that lady in the Trader Joe's parking lot just did that to your shit, stupid.
Damn. The white dude right next to the lady.
All white.
Got out some shit and stabbed. White dude went to stabbing some shit.
Huge sums of money. Now, the report identifies more than 330 politicians.
Let me zero back out because y'all just came in, so I think y'all heard that much. So
to rich people, including some accused of criminal activity, who use
Empras like laughing.
Tax havens in this country abroad.
You got the daughter face. Laughing.
Welcome back to CBS Mornings. More documents released in a major new investigation reveal how the U.S. has become a banking haven for wealthy people all around the world. The Pandora Papers is what they're calling it. The report shows how 5 states allowed people in other countries to set up trusts and hide huge sums of money. Now, the report identifies more than 330 politicians and ultra-rich people, including some accused of criminal activity, who use these offshore tax havens in this country and abroad to shield money and assets. It's based on nearly 12 million confidential documents. Think about that number for just a second, detailing more than 29,000 offshore accounts. Greg Miller of the Washington Post joins us now from London. He was part of the international team of journalists from multiple outlets who worked on this report. Greg Miller, first, let's say kudos to you and your team, because what you've uncovered has unleashed quite the conversation. Normally, opening Pandora's box is not a good thing, and that's the case here. We welcome you from London today.
Thank you.
Can you tell us how this was allowed to happen in the first place, how people were able to do it and why they were doing it?
So, I mean, the offshore system has been around for many, many years. In some ways, it's actually grown and expanded as new jurisdictions compete with existing jurisdictions to offer more secrecy, more ways to hide money, and it's very resilient. There have been many efforts over the years to try to impose greater transparency in banking, to demand reforms of governments that shelter assets. But it's been an uphill climb, and I think these latest stories show that we're a long way from achieving that.
But it's my understanding it's not illegal, is it?
No, I mean, much of it is not illegal. So these companies, you know, these are jurisdictions, say the British Virgin Islands or in Singapore or other places, where there are companies that, abiding by those jurisdictions' laws, can set up shell companies, can set up trusts that are almost impenetrable, where you can hide assets. It's how they end up being used that is usually the problem. You can hide illegal gains, you can hide proceeds from corruption, you can hide assets from creditors or even family members, and it's almost impossible to get to. And that's a big part of the problem.
You know, all the numbers show that most people in this country, A, don't have a savings account, B, are thinking this is a rich person's problem, or rich person's game, rather. So if I'm sitting at home and I'm watching you and I'm trying to just make ends meet, living paycheck to paycheck, why should I care about this? How does this affect me?
I think it affects ordinary people in many, many ways. It takes away tax revenues that would otherwise help to pay for services in the countries where we live, including in the United States. It actually enables many categories of crime, from drug trafficking to political corruption. It makes it harder for us to hold politicians accountable. When politicians skirt the law and engage in corruption and pocket payments, they have ways to hide it that make it very difficult to find. And that undermines our democracy. That undermines good governance. So it affects us all in many, many ways.
Greg, this has been described as a parallel financial universe with corrosive effects that could span generations. How so?
Well, it contributes to a lot of problems that are really endemic and that are growing right now, including, you know, wealth disparities in the United States and in other countries. When the wealthiest have the ability to hide much of their money in jurisdictions where they're not paying the same tax rates they would otherwise, that helps them hold on to that wealth and grow that wealth, whereas those who are less fortunate are paying their share, if not more, and making up for that difference. So it contributes to a lot of issues that actually get worse the longer that this persists.
What's the solution, Greg?
Well, it's very difficult. I mean, the United States, we've had president after president condemn the offshore system. But even in the United States, as we report in the Post, there are states, including South Dakota, Nevada, Alaska, that are increasingly passing financial secrecy laws of their own that effectively function as offshore havens within the United States. Part of the problem is that this is a banking system or a financial system that takes advantage of the fact that money moves past national borders. So it's hard for any country or even a group of countries to gain much headway.
Yeah, there were a lot of well-known names on this list, but there were no Americans.
No, that's not true. There are some Americans, but not the most wealthy Americans, not Jeff Bezos, for example, or Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook. They don't show up in the documents. That could be because these documents came from financial services companies in 14 places around the world that America's wealthiest people just don't use, or perhaps American billionaires are doing other things with their money besides putting them in shell companies or trusts in these offshore systems that we're writing about.
All right, thank you, Greg. As you said, it's not illegal, but the optics sure don't look good or feel good, to be honest with you. Thank you. Thank
Thanks
you
for
very
having
much
me.
for your time this morning. Thanks.
All right, yeah. So you guys heard that it's a couple nations. It's almost a diagonal line, like an upside down swoosh, right?
For it.
The different countries, states that are helping hide money: Alaska, Delaware.
5 bruhs.
Yeah, Massachusetts. You guys seen the map. If you guys didn't, you guys can run it back. But nevertheless, bro.
No. I'm a double back to that Pandora paper, John. I just wanted people to just get an idea of what they're hearing.
Mm-hmm.
But we also always talk about this on the cast when we talk about things as far as trust and things like that. So I also got some little tidbits I want to add in there.
You want to zoom in?
I'm gonna give you this right here. So I don't know about none of that zooming in material. But while we doing that, I'm gonna have a little.
All right. So yes, the creator of Squid Games, Hong Dong-hook, wrote the show in 2009, but was rejected by studios for 10 years. He once had to stop writing the script and sell his $675 laptop due to money struggles. Today, it's #1 in 90 countries and set to become the most watched show in Netflix history. Professor Ras Natty, what is your take on this information?
Okay. This is how we're gonna start off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tension is what I'm building right now. That's what they call it.
What are you talking?
So in 2008, right?
Mm-hmm.
The cryptocurrency was invented. In 2008, this cryptocurrency was invented. In 2008, this cryptocurrency was invented.
All right, doctor.
By an unknown person or group of people using the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto.
Pseudo name or pseudonym?
Pseudonym. Why? What do you mean pseudonym? Pseudonym is the same thing as pseudonym. I don't know the fucking pseudonym.
I thought pseudonym was like synonym.
Nah.
So pseudonym is PSUEDONAME, or is it PSUEDONYM?
They're bragging. They're telling me about Nexo right now. Nexo is a big time that's up. Bro, it's a Y, bro.
Okay, so pseudonym.
Yeah, it's just like pseudoscience, bro.
We done with this.
Who?
The tension.
What are you talking about? I was talking this whole time.
Oh no, I was.
What you doing?
I was gonna go back to the other video because you just said it was going down back.
No, I said I was gonna run it back right now.
Okay.
Yes, I was gonna run it back later. I want them to say the word so y'all can see it though.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pseudonym. Right, it's a fictitious name, especially a pen name. A lot of artists, authors and things use pen names.
Stage names.
A false name, especially a fictitious name, assumed by an author in order to conceal or veil its identity. In natural history, the vernacular name of a species or other group of animals. So it's just, it's just a big group, right? You just kind of, it's a vague description of who you may be, right? So you may be a black person, so you call yourself Dark Horse, and you can see you darker hair. But what you were saying though, man, let me show you pseudonym because you stopped the whole cast and then you even got distracted and said I'm not talking about this, and you about to go back to this. And I want everybody to be right here. I want everybody to stay right here.
And pseudonym.
No, you stopped me about pseudonym. I was presenting my case to the folks, and you stopped me.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out whether it was pseudonym or pseudonym because I've never heard of pseudonym. And I know pseudo.
Yeah, I thought I told you about these things. But yeah, like I said, you be in class, but you don't listen sometimes to me, so.
Yeah. You're the professor that don't allow niggas to take notes. Just listen.
And then it says, but what they'll be able to see, like I said, did Gregory snap on somebody? You didn't goddamn talk when you was in college talking to that goddamn professor. You want to talk back to me, nigga? If you don't shut the hell up. But right. So I was running down my whole shit. Like I said, I'm reading this from my brain. This isn't written anywhere. Like I said, these are actual facts. But like this is my presentation that I was just doing. The Empras just came in and just did a hacker job on my John right now. But nevertheless,
I crop it out.
It's people using the name Satoshi Nakamoto. Nakamoto. Naka Moto. Nakamoto. You get me? Cool. The currency began use in 2009. The currency began use in 2009.
Losing it at what?
Huh?
We just had graduated.
What are you talking about? Look at the screen.
He wrote the show in 2009 and was rejected by studios for 10 years.
What are you saying? Why are you reading it like that?
What are you saying? The Squid Games is Bitcoin?
Why would Squid Games be Bitcoin?
I don't know. We just read this, and now you're trying to correlate it with Bitcoin, and I'm trying to figure out what he should have bought the 675 worth of bit. Like, what you saying?
Oh, you don't get it, but people watch my fact. Put me on the screen so you can see me when I present my goddamn little ideas. Matter of fact, we gonna make this bit smaller. You know, I don't see him no more. But y'all understand what I told y'all about that. So it said the Squid Game, the creator, Hwang Dong-hook, wrote the show in 2009, but was rejected by studios for 10 years. Chill out. I went to this and I said, yo, the cryptocurrency was invented in 2008. I said that 3 times. I said that 3 times. Right? I said by an unknown group using the pseudonym. I use that word, right? I used to use using the pseudonym. Maybe the real name, maybe a pseudonym. We're not sure. Nobody has been able to Google Satoshi Nakamoto and run a profile on somebody and be like, oh, that's him right there. So we think it may be a pseudonym.
So it's not this guy.
Who? What they said by him? What he did?
Satoshi. They said it's a pseudonym, but
so this is a pseudonym for him too.
Yeah. Right here is just an image of him with a picture ID. Dorian Nakamoto? Yeah.
They're just showing you a random Chinese guy.
They're saying this guy's name is, for arguments, Dorian Nakamoto being Satoshi. Arguments for, arguments against. The name and his training as an engineer. He aggressively, at the time, it's kind of cut out. Let me see if I can open a new tab. Yeah, it's still cut off. That's odd. But yeah, they saying this breast start Dorian Nakamoto.
Who won the Squid Games? Spoiler alert.
I don't know.
All right. What number that dude right there in front of us?
This one?
I know he won. I ain't done watching it, but I know he won.
456.
In order to mine, because people will tell you about hash rates and hash and all these things. The equation that they use is SHA-256. Dude right here was 2 5'6", 4'5'6". I mean,
I was about to say no.
He was 4'5'6".
Yeah, but close enough.
The way they mine Bitcoin is a SHA-256.
You saying all the connections?
Yo, it's fucked up. In 2009, the ledger started. Right? Anybody that know about ledgers, you know that ledger is just literally the beginning of something. So the first day you do some shit and they write it down, that now becomes a ledger. It's nothing deep, nothing super fantastic. It's a ledger. Every day you came to work, nigga, we kept a ledger of you coming to work, bro. And the first day you started was on the, you feel me, 2009. So 2019, they started the situation.
Bad. They saying this is another one. Satoshi Nakamoto. Samsung Toshiba Nakamichi Motorola.
I like what them boys doing though. They switching it up. They switching it up. Right. And then the block award is 6.25 Bitcoins. We can run those numbers down and kind of get the same numbers to the big amount of money that was in that bag right there. But I'm not even gonna go super, super deep yet. Right. There's only 21 million, right? 21 million Satoshis being made. They say the exchange rate is floating.
Wait, 21 Bitcoin. That got to be way more Satoshis, right?
What you mean?
If it's 21 million Bitcoin,
got to be more than that's in that jar there.
It's 21 million times what? 1 billion Satoshis?
But I about to say by time, nah, it's gonna be the 21 million Satoshis times the market cap technically to get the. I mean,
no, you're saying 21 million Satoshis, but Satoshi is a smaller unit of Bitcoin, so it's 21 million Bitcoin times that number of Satoshis that equates to 1 Bitcoin, because 1 Bitcoin isn't. I mean, 1 Satoshi is not that number, right? So 100 billion Satoshis equates to 1 Bitcoin.
The market cap currently is 811 billion. It may be a little bit more than that, right? So what'll happen is by the time Bitcoin get to the 21 million Bitcoin, the coins will be about, if they do it right, people are saying they can get the coin to about 500K. If they do it fast, they can get the coin to about
1.
Nah, 1 is super easy. Yeah, if they do it wrong, probably about 250K, right? And then the circulation probably be maxed out. But what's going on is these whales and these people they're going up and then they'll come back down, you know, because they don't want to overflood the market. You feel me? So they'll drop some hands off, but then those hands will jump back in with more money because they see it going higher. Then they'll drop some more hands off. So that's how they kind of can extend the price before they get to that 21 million Bitcoin, right? But you're still playing it super close. But they're saying right here that today it's number 1 in 90 countries, set to be the most watched show in Netflix history. I told y'all that Bitcoin is the highest, the best performing assets in the last decade. They say this motherfucker's been trying to get shit that's been rejected for a decade. He once struggled writing the script, sold his laptop due to money struggle. Niggas that been into this Bitcoin world know that. Motherfuckers bought Bitcoin, nigga, and came down to their labs where they was like, yo, you know what? I'm about to sell my house, I think. Yeah, I put my house up as collateral. That's a brave guy. This brother right here, he I guess he brave because he's sold his laptop. You know how important a laptop probably was to him at the time. Right. So I just thought that was super interesting, the correlations, right? And a lot of people say, yo, just make sure you wait and be patient. Tonight we telling y'all, yo, time in the market is better than time in the market. We all could try to time the market. I'm not saying don't. Right? I'm not one of them more, bro, you get no. If you could time the market, if you see some time, do your thing, bro. But this brother right here, the just the fulfillment. Like this brother right here, cup runneth over. This brother right here. It's just when you sit on something that you know you had, that you know is it, and you continuously watch it do what it does, eventually it's gonna be the time, right? But don't do that if you ain't got no actual goal. You say, yo, this is just some shit. I'm just, happenstance type shit. If this really your dream, bro, if you feel like you put in 100 million%, yo, if you put in all the percentage that you got in your body, bro, no way you could fail. It's no failures that put in everything they got in their body. If you read a lot of these little motivational books, they'll tell you about stories. Like I read a book when they was explaining the brother was digging. He was digging for the goal. They say this brother, bro, he had hit not too long ago in that same spot, low key. So he was like, man, I know it gotta be someone under here, bitch. So blah, 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 blah. So he's still going. They say, bro, he gave up, man, and sold all this stuff to the junkyard just so he could make some little money. The dude at the junkyard, like, yo, I just seen Brett thinking, Brett gotta be something over there. I seen him hit already last week, and he was going crazy, right? So let me try to figure out what's actually going on. So he happens up, and he goes back to that same little spot that bro was digging at. He starts digging literally a mile, not even a mile, something real small, a couple of feet maybe. Is it something real small?
2.1 trillion Satoshis. It might be more than that, but that's how many equals to 21 million Bitcoin.
Okay.
2.1 trillion Satoshis.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm out. I just found some sauce, bro.
And just to give you guys the conversion rates, 100 million Satoshis equals 1 Bitcoin. So 100 million times 21 million.
You ate your sats up. Mm-hmm. And the good thing with Bitcoin is the exchange price is floating. Not like the dollar. That be gonna be $1 today, tomorrow. Or it might be less than $1. It ain't gonna
that part.
You ain't gonna never have $1 and be like, yo, you know what, bro? I got $70, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Shit done went up. Right now we in inflation, that bit done went down. Mm-hmm. Right. They told you about gas prices skyrocketing. Whew. So right now is a tough time to have the US dollar in your hand.
And that's how they do it, right? Make the coin stable so the economy can be unstable. It's like, no, we good over here. It's like, actually, no, you're not. How about you stabilize the economy and let that dollar move how it wants to move? You
couldn't have said it better. Hold on, did I lose this, John, bro? I pulled up something that we're supposed to be reading, and I don't see it. Oh, maybe because you I think you wanted me to All right, so they said it was they said this was one of the largest leaks. The dump of more than 11.9 million records amounted to about 2.94 terabytes of data. Right? This was exactly. Okay, yeah, because that's why initially when they hit me with it, I was kind of confused. I was kind of a little confused. I'm like, man, I remember they had the Panama Papers. That was one of the same situation with a detailed offshore situation with. But I don't know if there's two different ones. Is the Pandora? No, this was in 2016 that they had the Panama Papers. Mm-hmm. Right, so they had the Panama Papers 2016, which was a leak about the financial situation. The same offshore situation that I tell you about. The more taxes and the more of these shits that you hear coming up, the more you're gonna hear about these type of wild shit because people gonna duck this tax, bro. They got money to move the money off. Hold on, what's going on? Oh, I done turned black on y'all. My bad, G.
Exactly. I think it's even more than that. I think it's over $1 trillion. So it's 2.1 and 15 zeros. And if you divide that by 3, that gets you to 5, which is what? Quintillion? Satoshis. So yeah, it's greater than 2.1 trillion for sure. But I have to do the counting of the commas. The International Consortium of Investigative Journalists, which is ICIJ, on Sunday released the Pandora Papers, an expose of the financial secrets and offshore dealings of dozens of heads of state, public officials, and politicians from 91 countries and territories. More than 600 journalists from 150 outlets spent 2 years investigating nearly 12 million confidential files, a bigger cache of documents than 2016 Panama Papers. The Pandora Papers reveal how unusual offshore finances and secretive wealth have infiltrated global policy. Of the names in the papers are major political leaders in developing or impoverished countries such as Jordan and Kenya. Many of the power players who could help bring an end to the offshore system instead benefit from it, stashing assets in covert companies and trusts, while their governments do little to slow a global stream of illicit money that enriches criminals and impoverishes the nations. The ICIJ said in its introduction to the series, which is being published by the Washington Post in the United States and the BBC and the Guardian in the United Kingdom, the names mentioned in articles are a who's who of heads of state, billionaires, and public officials from all corners of the world. Here are 5 of the biggest takeaways from the series. Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan. The Panama Papers brought an end to former Pakistani Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif's term. Former cricket star Imran Khan staged protests against Sharif and was elected Prime Minister in 2018 on a platform of equity and anti-corruption. The Washington Post reports that Pandora's Papers reveal no offshore accounts from Khan, but they do include people in his inner circle, from one of his ministers to a top donor who has funded his party, according to the ICIJ. Khan responded to the investigation on Twitter Sunday. My government will investigate all our citizens mentioned in the Pandora Papers, and if any wrongdoing is established, we will take approach action. I call on the international community to treat this grave injustice as similar to the climate change crisis, Khan tweeted. Yeah, and then it goes to, oh gosh, none of the militia guys on here. Jordanian King Abdul II purchased 14 homes worth more than $106 million in the United Kingdom and United States through front companies registered in tax havens. The ICIJ said the properties include apartments in central London and Washington, D.C., according to the group. Accountants and lawyers in Switzerland and the British Virgin Islands formed shell companies on the King's behalf and made plans to shield his name with public view, according to the ICIJ. Though owning offshore accounts is not illegal, Jordan is one of the poorest Arab countries and relies heavily on international aid. Most of the deals took place after the Arab Spring in 2011, the ICIJ reported. If the Jordanian monarch were to display his wealth more publicly, it wouldn't only antagonize his people, it would pee off Western donors who have given him money. Anel Shalin, a Middle East expert at the Quincy Institute, told the ICIJ. The king recently spoke during a conference in Iraq on August 28, 2021. Jordan's Royal Hashemite Court said in a statement that the report included inaccuracies and distorted and exaggerated the facts. It is no secret that His Majesty owns a number of apartments and residences in the United States and the United Kingdom. This is not unusual nor improper, the court said in its statements. The properties are used by the king and his family members to stay in during private visits and hence are not publicized for security reasons, not in a bid to conceal assets, it added. The cost of maintaining these properties are personally funded by His Majesty, the statement said, adding that none of these expenses have been funded by the state budget or treasury. Any allegations that link these private properties to public funds or assistance are baseless and deliberate attempts to distort facts, the statement read. Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta. According to the ICIJ, Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta's family has been accumulating a fortune in offshore tax havens for decades. The Pandora Papers show the family owned at least 7 entities based in the British Virgin Islands and Panama, 2 well-known tax havens, the ICIJ said. The offshore businesses have assets worth more than $30 million, the ICIJ reported. Kenyatta, who has vowed to fight corruption in his country, is the son of Kenya's first president after its independence. Most of the family's companies were created before Kenyatta was elected president. The ICIJ reported, and documents show that some remained active after he took office. He spoke at a hospital in Nairobi on September 29, 2021. The Pandora papers show no evidence that the Kenyatta family stole or hid state assets in their offshore companies, the BBC reported. Kenyatta and his family members did not respond to ICIJ's request for comment. Kenyatta told CNN that he would respond comprehensively to the Pandora papers once he returns from a foreign trip. These reports will go a long way in enhancing the financial transparency and openness that we require in Kenya and around the globe. The movement of illicit funds, proceeds of crime and corruption thrive in an environment of secrecy and darkness, he said, according to a spokesperson. The Pandora papers and subsequent follow-up audits will lift that veil of secrecy and darkness for those who cannot explain their assets or wealth, he added. You want to keep going?
Man, Empras is going in. I wanted to stop you a little bit back just so I could kind of show the people what was going on right here.
Okay.
All right, just real quick. But you see, this is what, I was just saying that we was going to come back to the Panama papers. Like I said, just wanted to get a little bit more actually in depth on what's actually going on. Mm-hmm. Where I just got a little bit more details on some things. But this could even be some alleged situations. The Kings are saying, I'm hearing. The Kings are saying that yo, it's a funny ass shit, bro.
Yeah, these are like...
Why y'all worried about these Kings, though? Why y'all not worried about some American motherfuckers that may be hiding some shit offshore?
Yeah, they're at Ches right now. But it's odd. It's very odd to see these Middle Eastern countries up here at the forefront. Ex-British Prime Minister. And that's it right now. Wow, where's America at on this list?
They saying these brothers right here, nigga, getting donos and going crazy.
Yeah, if anything, it's just like, all right, these are the guys that are wet behind the ears and haven't done such a good job. They're not too shabby with hiding their money, whereas the other guys, they're like, no, that's not my money. That's my kid's money.
Man, that's weird how they get so caught up, right?
Who?
These Middle Eastern bros. But they're not getting caught up in their mind, though. They're like, what?
No.
This is just some blue houses, bro. What you doing?
Yeah, the caught up part is CNN business. CNN is caught up on some odd pieces on the board right now. I'm like, okay, I see where y'all going with them wanting to. Well, you guys wanting them to share their wealth publicly because they get so much intervention and aid and whoop-de-whoop. But it's like, is this CNN? Like, why is this all people that are outside of this country? Is everybody in this country good? Everybody with money legit? But yeah, it's almost angering in a way. I don't like it. Somebody that makes me mad. It's like, bro, I feel like there's bigger pieces that we should be concerned about. But all right, they did the work. They felt like these was the major guys. You want me to read the Chaz?
Yeah. But yeah, if y'all see this trailing up, like I said, I'm watching this John the whole time like a hawk bat.
Mm-hmm.
And if y'all see this John here, we could have been predicted this like hours ago. Because this right here is the first test for the green.
Mm-hmm.
This red actually invalidates this test. So now this test has no longer happened. So this is X'd out.
Mm-hmm.
So now this right here is actually the first test for the green. Now we're gonna, like I said, I'll keep on stressing to people, when shit run, when you see shit get about here, you don't jump in these shits, nigga, and try to hop on the train. Like I said, sometimes it works out. And sometimes you may be upset, like, man, I could have got in that shit. It went all the way up to 5-2, see? You feel me? That happens sometimes, right? But what I would do right now is low-key try to wait for a second test or a slight pullback. Wait for another red candle or so to be made.
Mm-hmm.
right? If you don't want to wait for the complete test, which is, when we say test, is like we want to see a reversal of sorts. We want to see something change over to something else. Until we actually see that, we don't really know if it's actually running. But look at it. If he might be looking at it like, yo, T, I got in at 5. I could have got in way down here at 5.2. This is when the reversal happened. I could have gotten that 5.2. Even if I was smart, I could have seen the trend dying and I could have got in right here. Because like I said, this was the first test. And when it failed, it barely failed. It failed.
Wait, where's 5? Oh, okay.
What you looking at? Down here.
I see you're out here trying to get in at 5.2. I'm like, it's up here though.
Yeah, you getting in right here. This is the reversal.
Mm-hmm.
This is the reversal. But even if you get in right here, 5.34.
Mm-hmm.
Look where you at right now.
You seem pretty if you stay
right.
in.
So if you scalping or if you doing anything like that, this is still an entry.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I was showing as far as the slight tests. Some people don't want to wait for the longer test, but all right, here go the red candle that we've been waiting for. If you wanted to get an entry. If you want to get an entry right now, you'll be watching this red candle. It just got reversed. You wait for the candle to be made. You don't try to predict the candle and try to predict and act like you know what the candle is going to turn into.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But like I said, a lot of these things is like, so if you are in situations where you're not spot trading, you want to have capital. If you're spot trading, this is a great entry. Right. And it's a good entry because you have been watching the whole chart. It's not a good entry because it's running. This is only a good entry for this reason right here.
Mm-hmm.
I told y'all last John, like I said, I don't want to give the super cheat code away, but I told y'all last John that there's usually 3 tests. After the third one, there's usually a reversal, right? Mm-hmm. So you could use these tests, but these wasn't the test. Here you go. Block it. 1. Block it. 2. Right? And then you get this last little drop right here, and then it goes back up. Or you can start way back here. This is your first test, right? This is your up. This didn't go higher than this, right? Because look, this is the high number right here on the chart. Mm-hmm. This red didn't get above that. Mm-hmm. So this is your first test. So now you could have just entered in the sell, and you would have been selling from 516. You just started your sell at 516. Mm-hmm. Mm. And now it's at 5.2, all the way down here. You would have got out or whatever you would try to do. Mm-hmm. Even it's this test shit, Earl. It'll put you in a different world. Look, it's at 5. I'm telling you, it's not hard to predict these things, but patience is how you get them. We probably could all predict them, maybe. I don't think we can all predict them because it's an algorithm or we work hard for this. We can all get an idea maybe of what we can predict, right? It'll be times that we'll see things and we'll be like, yo, this is extremely low. And even white know the buy. What do you mean?
I don't know what the X.
What index is that on? Oh. I said, bro, you can't let that to me, nigga. I trade indexes too, nigga. You trade indexes? Yeah, that's that. Nigga try to go, well, you know indexes. What the fuck is index?
Quiet.
But wow. That's the only thing that why I say get different platforms and stuff. Tomorrow actually Empras was signing up for Fidelity. What?
You thought about that?
Oh, I've been saying that. I've been telling everybody I was gonna sign up for Fidelity. I got the Fidelity app downloaded on my phone and the TD Ameritrade app.
Let me see.
All right, they go to TD Ameritrade right there. Think or swim.
Fidelity.
I'm about to pull up Fidelity. Nigga tripping. Yeah. I mean, open it out. What are you talking about? What are you doing? Hold on, why are you doing that?
Let me see.
Huh?
Why are you going into the apps?
Huh?
There, I can't with you. I can't. No.
What do you mean I'm going to the app store? Hold on, what you
Can
showing
you
me?
show the folks what's going on?
I got it taken off my job. I got it offloaded. Well, what you trying to show me?
The greed is at 68, y'all.
Huh?
You have it offloaded. It's not on your phone.
But I got it all on my phone. They're just taking up too much
I'm gonna
space.
give you credit. You had it on there.
They're taking too much. They're taking up
But you had the other one on there.
TD Ameritrade.
So what's the difference?
No, TD Ameritrade is offloaded too. But this one right here, it was.
On your screen.
Yeah, it was not saved. But yeah, Think or Swim, look, it's offloaded too. You have to press and download that John again too.
YouTube.
Yeah. Even YouTube, all of them shits. This whole page is supposed to be offloaded apps.
Okay.
The DeFi wallet is supposed to be offloaded, and my KuCoin is supposed to be offloaded. Yeah, but they ain't not people hate on me all the time.
No, nobody hate on you. We love you.
68. We had 68.
Greeted.
What you said?
The way they pushing it, that's all I was thinking.
Look what was that? What about what was last week?
Fear.
People not get it.
What they said, sell the greed, buy the fear.
You buy the fear for sure. If you want to make money, you buy when nobody buying. Unless it's shit. That's the funny thing about shit, bro. Shit changes all the theories. All them theories of, yo, if nobody buying, get it. If you buying shit, bro, you got to do so much other research. You got to figure out why they're not buying it. You got to figure out that people figured out it was shit and everybody's dumping it. Right, but everybody has their day. It's just when you get it.
Yeah, I got an investment I'm trying to get into.
Just get into some investments, bro. Everybody got to get into some investments.
I'm sure it to you on the cast. I want people to front run us.
Hey, everybody need to do some investing, bro. Tell you one thing about me, I can never take away from somebody that wanted to do some risky investments.
Oh no, these not risky. This is guaranteed. I see it already.
You see it?
Yeah.
Okay, we gotta get about it, and if you see it, remember my goddamn Weeble chart back up. Maybe I'm a dreamer, believe in visions that will never.
That's how you look at me.
What?
Visions that will never.
We just talking about how I look at you.
Visions that will never.
You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at you.
A dreamer.
I'm looking at you as a dreamer? Yeah, I look at you as a dreamer. I said I feel like you're not serious. You're not serious.
Me.
Hold on, where's all our
Me?
friends at?
Not serious?
Oh, you think you're serious?
Me. You call me serious every day of my life. You tell me I'm too serious.
You serious too. You feel me? You like too serious. No, I'm saying that's your rap name. Alright. I don't really look at you as somebody that's serious. Yeah, I look at you as somebody that's like, you just too serious. That's who you is. You feel me? Emperor too serious. Like that'd be like a name for you. But yeah, I don't really look at you as nothing else. I don't look at you as a cattle rancher. What? Man, my neck is bent. What the hell on my neck?
I'm giving you the death stare right now.
Oh, her?
Yeah, you gotta.
Oh, you necking me?
No.
What you doing?
Wait, who does that though? Who then acts like this? No, that's an exercise they should do. They tell you to do every hour if you're sitting at a desk or something. It just kind of realigns you from being stuck in a posture that is not normal?
Man, I don't know, but I feel like I just killed myself. Or maybe I'm a dreamer, believe in dreams that will never come.
Okay.
Nah, my neck is stupid, bro. Anybody that see me right now, my neck is stiff.
Dang, why did you do it the thing though?
What?
This, like, just chin.
Man, like my whole back of my neck is burning. That bitch hurt so bad. Burning on the I'm on the calf's neck. Burning.
You still ain't do it.
If y'all can see the chart, there's not an entry here. Meaning that this would be how they trick you out. You're like, yo, it's falling. All right. Like I said, maybe you can catch it. Look, the MACD isn't green, isn't completely red yet. And we have about 4 reds already. So that means that they can make red candles while MACD is green. All right, so that's powerful. What you were telling me? My phone? Oh, you turn my camera off.
I had to make sure you're okay. Left me lonely.
Yeah, enter.
Why is it? Huh?
That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing.
Wait, go back. Facebook to combination of this.
She leave me lonely and steal all my money. She's a traveling friend indeed.
Why is he singing that song?
Yeah, she's gold digger. Well, now be digging
Over
goals.
town.
Be digging goals. I ain't saying she a gold digger, but when I see her, she got gold fingers. And I ain't saying she gold, but her whole family got cold, nigga. They got black shit all over their face. It's a cold money, bro. That digs.
Oh God.
Oh, we got. They got my religion. I don't know people. Wrap it up. Why? Yeah, going on.
It's down to us. That's the lowest.
That bro over there unpinned.
Major averages all in the red again today with the Nasdaq down more than 2%. In fact, almost 2.5% at the moment. Deep selling here into the close. Facebook falling more than 5%.
Where I seen it.
As we near the session close, here to talk about
So it didn't fall.
that and the opportunities in tech.
What
Brent
you
Bill
mean?
of Jefferies, Brent, on Facebook in particular, down 5.6%.
Because I seen it at 5.5.
Talk this up to the whistleblower, the outages, which have now been going on for hours. What do you think is causing some of the deep selling there?
I think, Sarah, it's a combination of many factors. The whistleblowing case, the outage, the overall tech is down, right? You see other social names like Snap and others down just as much, if not more. So broader tech across the board. I think it's a speed bump. It's not a roadblock over long haul, and investors are just going to wait and let the dust settle on this before they jump back in on Facebook. In the interim, I think there's interesting names where those dollars are flowing. Whether it's back to Amazon or some of the trades that haven't worked. Facebook has worked really well this year, so you have some short-term profit taking on that story right now.
But Facebook has worked, and yet it still has a lower multiple than some of the other tech stocks, especially near competitors like a Twitter or a Snap? Is that regulatory overhang that Facebook has been dealing with for a while, but now is really ramping back up again? Is that in the price at all at this level?
I think it's becoming embedded in the stock, clearly off of, close to 15% off its highs. So it's starting to become embedded. I think the second factor is when Zuckerberg talks about the next generation of Facebook being the metaverse, I think investors, hit the air brakes and say, oh, we're going to see big investments coming from Facebook to power this next leg. The current wave of advertising and what they're doing on their platform is not over. But anytime you have a management team talk about the next thing, I think there's a little concern about what does that look like? What's it going to require? How long does it take to get there? And again, this is a 3 to 5+ year journey. So no investor should be concerned overnight that the metaverse is going to ruin the model. But I think right now the big question is, what do advertisers do, right? So in the past, when you've had regulatory scares, you've had advertisers, not bail from the platform. And the question now, and it's way too early to call, but are advertisers going to start to spend their money in other platforms? So there's been a lot of talk about the shift to connected TV. Does this go to Google? Does this go to other platforms? And clearly there's other platforms that have exposure to the young teenage audience that we all have to be concerned about. Snap and TikTok are obviously too. So this is not just a Facebook issue.
Just to add something on top of that Facebook news, besides the little situation with the whistleblower that they keep on saying, a lot of this other stuff as far as regulatory stuff and stuff like that, it's like they kind of already said it, where it's kind of built into the price. The price that the stock isn't trading where it's technically supposed to be based on what it has produced, right? But based on the regulatory issues and a lot of the stuff that may or may not come, right? The price is actually solid. So that's what they were saying as far as built into the price. But the stuff with the whistleblower and all this stuff, I think people will look at it as that's why it's actually bringing the stock down. Yeah, but I was just speaking about the Facebook situation. And they was explaining how like a lot of the stuff is built to price. Mm-hmm. As far as like Facebook should be trading a little bit higher, but based on people knowing that there'll be regulations and different things coming, it always trades. Yeah, it always trades about 15%, 10% off the actual mark that everybody kind of sees it as. So I was saying with that, that's super interesting. But I was saying I don't really think it has a lot of effect on things like this because investors are regular people. A lot of this stuff where they come on and the whistleblowers say child, right? The only thing that can actually affect the investor is regulatory issues, right? Where something gets canceled. But I guess if they have whistleblowers and things coming out saying child trafficking and things like this,
regulatory issues can
come, right? So that's why it was explained that all of this is kind of built into the price because like you always look at Facebook and it'll be trading so weird. So you got to kind of understand that, right? And that's the same thing with like a lot of these Chinese companies. A lot of these Chinese companies, they good, right? Taiwan Semiconductor, we always speak about. It's a big story right now about something going on with them in China, right? The Chinese people call them Chinese Taipei. They don't respect them as Taiwan. As you got to kind of understand the market when they say regulatory things to come down. Sometimes the whole shit nigga come out and say, yo, we banning all Chinese companies. Them shits fall, right? And then if you were an investor, if you got some bread, you say, yo, let me grab some down here. That's when you get those push because there's always a push. I always say, yo, don't try to time the market, right? Just have some time, man. Just say, yo, I've been in for 3 months. 3-month period, there's always a upside to a lot of these things in a 3-month period. Right, just make sure you don't catch when you think it's a 3-month. That has just been the time that the 3 month was in and out. You feel me? You came in the middle of the 3 month that was just ended, and you bought high, nigga, and everything is going down for the rest of the month. So now you feel like you feel me? You feel like 2 months from here you're gonna be up. It may not be like that, right? You may have to wait for a 6-month period or whatever that is, because now you're waiting on a reversal. So. A lot of these stocks, you just gotta be patient with them, bro. We always tell you that the stock market is designed to take the money from the impatient hands to the patient hands. it's gonna keep on working, right? If we keep on getting baited into the news, right? So you buy the news.
Mm-hmm.
You buy the news. Everybody say Facebook falling, Facebook falling. Investors right now are buying Facebook. Buying Facebook. Once this blows over, they're up on Facebook. Investors was doing that same thing with Tesla. I told you when Tesla was falling, I knew that everybody hated Elon. Right? I came on here and said, yo, I got a problem with Elon for saying what he said. Right? But you got to understand what Tesla's supposed to be. This ain't about people. We're not investing based on people. We're investing based on the
company principles.
You feel me? So we already got projections, future projections on where companies may be.
And if one of your principles is technology, we're looking at you.
Right. So definitely. So I would always tell people, bro, whenever you see people harping on people, whenever you see this whole fucking group of mob niggas like, yo, get them out of here, yo, get them out of here.
Small minds.
Immediately look to that thing and say, yo, what company is over there? I heard somebody make a joke recently when Fauci was talking about the CDC was saying that we need fans, window fans during Christmas. Niggas was like, man, we got to go see which one of these Democrats' husband is invested into window fans or something.
Follow money.
Some type of air conditioner ass nigga.
Facebook is fanning.
Yo, Facebook is fanning ethnic. Hold on, ethnic?
Violence in the world.
Ethnic. Okay, let's see what they're saying.
Senator, it's great to have you back on. You were at the hearing. What was your...
Mind you, the hearing was today. It's
the hearing for the whistleblower, right?
Yes, ma'am. I can't think of her name right now. France something. Nevertheless, shout out to the young lady. Boom, boom, boom. She did a thing today and some little shit. Nevertheless, from today, tomorrow, maybe a whole week, right now is your best opportunities to get Facebook at a discount. It's not that much down. It's 5% down. That's not nothing crazy. What I would do is I will go in Facebook history, right, to kind of see where does this number currently stand in references to where they've been. Because mind you, Facebook has been performing well all year. So you don't want to look at a number and say, yo, they've been above this number. Yeah, they've been performing well all year. So let's go to a down year. Let's try to figure out what happens when news come. Like go to, you feel me, just go to any of these things and say, okay, how much percentage is a usual drop for Facebook? And that's kind of how you go in and you say, yo, Facebook usually drops 5%, and then it goes up, and then it drops another 7%. So I'm looking for about a 25% drop. You feel me? You got to kind of have a target of where you're expecting things to fall. Like I was explaining earlier when I was saying, nigga, I remember when I first started investing, I used to hear people say things, and I was like, okay, he got a number he thinks it's gonna fall to, and it was nothing with me. Like the way I'm able to go on a chart, and I'm telling y'all, yo, look right here, there's a test. Boom, here you go right here. This is the entry. It was none of that. It was like, yo, they say this is a good number, so you buy and you wait for it to go up, right? And that's why we always even had that principle, because if you're not even a good investor, bro, and when I say a good investor, everybody's a good investor, really and truly, if you just let the money sit. But some people not. But if you're not a good trader, just with consistency and time, bro, you can outperform 90% of these traders out here. Just with consistency and time. You just putting a little bit of money into something like Bitcoin and just putting it in every week, putting it in every month, whatever you could do. Just throw $10 in. Every time you think about going out to eat, you say, okay, how can I save this money? Well, I got some food stamp. Let me go buy some crabs or whatever crazy stuff I eat. Let me go buy some of that from the grocery store. Boil that up. That whatever amount that I spent on this job through my food stamp, let me throw that exact amount that I got in cash onto the Bitcoin. I continuously do that. Consistency, bro, it'll beat all that extra trading. Like I said, you can trade, bro. So there's a lot of traders that's very profitable. But you can be outperforming 90% of traders just by simply having consistent ways, right? Religiously doing things. Empress always say, right? So just having a religion where you wake up in the morning and you say, okay, blah, let me do this. Let me do this. Okay, time to look at the charts. Well, matter of fact, I ain't looking at the charts. I woke up in the morning. What today is? Today, Thursday. Okay, cool. On Thursdays, I invest. Just drop the money in there. You don't look at it again. You close your eyes. Next Thursday come around, yo, Thursday I invest, blah. Maybe you have a plan to say after 6 months I'm gonna check it to see where it's at. You feel me? After a year and a half, I'm gonna take out a little small profit just to circulate back into something. After 5 years, I'm gonna, you feel me? I may come back and see what's going on. I may take 2% profit, but like, I'm taking small profits. And when I'm taking profits, I'm not taking it to just go hang out. Like I said, sometimes everything is leisure. Like you want to make sure you have leisure time. Religion is just a practice to get you to spirituality. So you do things to free up time to be able to actually worship like you want to, or, you know, do other things that you want to, because spirituality is about freedom. Religion is about order. But they explain to you that the most disciplined people are the most free people. The more discipline you have is the more free you are. So when you're disciplined to not eat motherfucking junk food, you're free from all those motherfucking, what they call those
diseases?
No. I said, like, what you call if somebody really wants something? If somebody like see some shit and they like red eye. Yeah. Like all those right there is gone from you. That's not a battle that you fight with. Right? But a nigga that's not religiously eating a certain way, he doesn't have a system.
A craving can take you over.
Every time something could just pop up. Oh, snap.
Urge.
You feel me? Oh, you eating pizza today. God damn, I want pizza. But if I have something that I eat at this time, it's like, oh, snap, time for me to eat. You feel me? I kind of already know what I'm going to. I got comforts already.
Yeah, we've definitely normalized that as being something that old people do, quote unquote. But the younger, the better. If you can definitely start to put some type of disciplinary action in your diet plan, or not even diet, live it plan, it just becomes a lot easier down the road.
I explain that same thing with the scripture where the Most High said, nigga, if you follow my foot, then you're perfect. Like, people don't get that. Like, when he said it's because, yo, the disciplines that I live, those little rules that I made, them shits have never even come by you. You're not thinking about killing nobody, but somebody that's living wrong, these are things that he faced every day. Man, should I kill this person? You know, but if you walking in that right light of Yeshua or, you know, the Christos energy, you almost like, okay, boom, I ain't got to even take that path. Right? But if you're in this weird dominance hierarchy, what do?
Oh, I just was watching that Jordan Peterson. I think Eddie Rashid reposted it, and he was just talking about how, like, when you are at the bottom, you the crab. You reaching at everything. Jealousy, envy, everything triggers you to a point where you hitting a nigga trying to help you. It's a drowning person. It's the same concept as a drowning human being.
Yeah, that's a super interesting concept, because if y'all Jordan, I think it's a crab, but he studies an animal so in depth just for these dominance hierarchy purposes, right? Because he speaks on dominance hierarchy a lot, right? And he studies the crab. I'm pretty sure that's the animal. Yeah, he studies it like a fucking hawk, and he's done like 2 or 3 presentations on it, bro. I'm gonna have to put, like, I'm definitely have to show Empress, because I'm not sure if Empress seen this John before. But man, when I say this is super interesting, the way, because I'm telling you, he set things up, bro. Even when he set up like arguments and disagreements in relationship, he explained why those are healthy. He explained little different things about life, and it's like psychological.
Kind of helps draw the lines in between extremities to balance.
100% fact. 100% fact. And he always lets you know that we can't reach certain motherfucking milestones in life without that
balance.
Yeah, it's like you need that path. You need somebody on this side, somebody on this side continuously pulling you, so you just stay right here in the middle.
And that's the magnetism. If you ever see a repelling magnet, it has that float-esque balance. Levity.
Let's run this, but we're about to get up out of here after this, but I want to run that Jordan Peterson while we was going in on it.
Of today.
You want the
Miss
clip?
Haugen was well
Nah.
prepared.
Oh, matter of fact, I might even just get that
What
from
she
you.
brought forward were Facebook's internal research documents. So Facebook can say all day long, you know, this is not an area where she worked. But what she did have was a very curious mind. And she looked at the open source. They have a closed loop system, but open and on their drive for everyone in the company, because it's a flat organization where all of these documents about research that they were doing. What really caught her attention was the way the research was being done on children as young as 8 years old, and the way children were being allowed on the site even though they were under 13. This is all a violation of the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. Also, the FTC has requirements around individual privacy for all users. And there were violations there. And Liz, things that deal with data mining, with keeping information, allowing sex traffickers, drug traffickers, cartels, using the site in various ways. So there was a lot there that Facebook had researched that they chose not to share with us in hearings, even denying that they had some of this information. And of course, the SEC is looking at some of these documents. They have been in receipt of these documents and will have questions for Facebook regarding those.
This scandal is now ratcheting up. It's different because the whistleblower, as you point out, revealed internal evidence also that Facebook knew all about this but ignored it. And it's also fanning things like ethnic violence and places like it's being used to do that in Myanmar and Ethiopia. You know, and the thing about children, you make a good point, as young as 8 years old, when you have a third of teen girls saying Instagram makes them feel even suicidal about their bodies, right? It already faces potential antitrust action by the FTC and pending laws in Europe that could significantly hit it hard. So where do, in here, what you heard today, what's the next step for Congress in terms of laws?
Yes, and what we have been working on and building bipartisan support for is online privacy, data security, and Section 230 reforms. And these are areas where I have worked for years trying to build bipartisan work. And I really appreciate that getting these internal documents affirms what we have heard anecdotally from parents and teachers, from school principals, from pediatricians about the way children were being data mined and marketed to on Instagram, Facebook, the way they were using Messenger Kids to try to have kids schedule play dates using Messenger Kids. And this is a violation of COPA. So to bring this forward, to get these documents that show, yes, Facebook knew this because they had done the research on this to figure out how to get more children to use their site.
Yeah, it feels like a potential fraud case too. You know,
Correct.
reportedly, and you point out and you make a good point, because the BBC had reported this, that Facebook and its apps were being used in sex trafficking, and including marketing and human slavery, slave markets across the globe. And also now the DEA is focusing on social media in terms of drug trafficking. So this is exploding right now. Your final word.
Yes, what we have to realize is that Facebook has 10% of their users in the US and 90% across the globe. So to get this information that they know they're being used for drug trafficking, sex trafficking, human trafficking, linking cartels and people, yes, this brings a lot of issues forward. We're going to stay on this. I do think this is the impetus for getting online privacy, data security, and Section 2 reforms passed.
Scary when it comes to children, right? Okay, Senator Blackburn, it's good to have you on. It's great to see you again. Please come back soon.
So these creatures engage in dominance disputes, and I think dominance is the right way to think about it, because lobsters aren't very ethic and they're not very social, and so it really is the toughest lobster that wins. You know, and what's so cool about the lobster is that when a lobster wins, he flexes and it's bigger, so he looks bigger. because he's a winner. It's like he's advertising it. And the neurochemical system that makes him flex is serotonin. And you think, well, who cares?
And while he's talking, I don't know if you guys really understand, right? But I had an aquarium, and I had this one guy that used to put different things in the aquarium. I used to be like, what the hell is that in the aquarium with that? Right? So we had a tiger shark in the aquarium. But a tiger shark wasn't a dangerous bruh. We had a hermit crab in the John. That's the bruh. I think it's a hermit crab. I might have to Google it because I don't like being wrong too much. But it's the bruh with the one big claw. He got one big ass claw, one small. His other brother small. Lobsters, I don't know. This is super interesting if y'all don't know it, but they swim backwards. If y'all ever seen lobsters swim, they swim backwards all the time. They can't swim forward. But the hermit crab and the lobster fought every day. Every day they fought. At the end of the fight, I'm almost guaranteed that the hermit crab lost. I can remember. Right now, I can't because I ain't thinking about it as deep as I want to.
But wait, so you saying the crab was still left behind?
The crab was gone. The crab lost to the lobster.
Wait, so you had a crab, lobster, and hermit crab?
Oh, the hermit crab was the only crab that I had. I had the lobster and I had the tiger shark.
Okay, and you're saying the hermit crab went before the lobster.
The hermit crab went before the lobster.
And what happened with the lobster and the tiger shark? They were good together.
The tiger shark, the thing is, the lobster like to swim a lot. He swims around. The crab usually just crawls around at the bottom. What happened was, I want to say the crab got into it with the catfish.
Crab ate the catfish.
Hell no, the catfish big as hell. He's the one that cleaned the tank, right? This is what niggas eat. This is the shit that you just suck onto the tank the whole time. Just it just cleans your tank. So
he just eat mushrooms.
He just eat algae all day. Yeah. he might be healthy as hell, but he dirty. He poop and everything. He just cleans up everything. He's just a cleaner. So that's the whole purpose of him. But the crab used to attack him sometimes. Like I said, the crab is like, maybe this was a bad crab to even be in there, but the hermit crab, bro, I don't even know where they're good at with hunting, but he was just off balance almost. He had one big ass claw. Man, I gotta show you everything. I think you've seen the hermit before, but you have a hermit crab. He got one big ass claw, bro. I want to make sure this is him. He got a big boy. And he lost. He got destroyed. That big boy slowed him down. Let's go to images. That big claw slowed him down. No, it might not be a hermit. It might be not even a hermit. It's not even a hermit. Even though this look like one big claw right here. Let me see.
Baby,
can you type in crab with one big claw? Like just to be like, hey, this is how y'all need to search shit too.
Oh shit.
Right there. You feel me? This is the easiest way to search stuff. If you don't know the name exactly what you're trying to find, just like
description.
Yeah, and then they come to you. Okay, it might be a fiddler. Okay, boom. This boy right here. It's a fiddler. I was fucking completely wrong. I don't know why I was thinking about a hermit. Maybe I was fucking.
How does that make you feel? You don't like being wrong?
Oh no, it's okay. It's okay.
Are you angry inside?
No. I wanted to find it the whole time because I knew I wasn't right. I knew that I just like I said I was doing the research on the hermit crab earlier, so I just kept on using it. But this brother right here, this fiddler crab, he's not even on the screen. Empress, can you put him on the screen where I cannot see not a thing? Okay, that right there is the crab that I'm telling you about. That's a fiddler crab. He got one big ass John. Hey, one of his Johns is super fucking big. This is the bro right here.
Playing the fiddle with this big one.
I was say, babe, you know they couldn't see that picture.
Yeah.
Oh, you weren't trying. All right. Now you see it right there where he black and he got one up in the air.
Yeah.
The one where he black and in the air. Click on that one. Yeah, right there. So this is him, bro.
Powering up.
Yeah, and he moves around in the water like this. But that John is big, and it's the way they move He's just not that agile. So the lobster whooped his ass and ended up killing him. So with him talking about this dominance hierarchy shit, I'm talking about I seen that shit in real time. Like the lobster possibly killed everybody in the fucking tank. Possibly.
And didn't eat him?
No. Eat them. Yeah, he ate them. He ate them. But fishes eat fishes when they die. You got to take the fishes out because some of the fishes they get sick. They start getting like little fuzzy stuff on them. They get fuzzy stuff on them. You take them out. I had saved one of them though. I don't even know you're gonna be able to save them. But I had a fish that had it, and I took them out because these was freshwater fishes, right? Because I had a freshwater tank. So I put them in I put him in a bag with no water at first. So then I just put fresh water on him. I put fresh water on him, shook it up.
Wait, hold on. You put the fresh water, you put the OEC water on him?
I put the fresh water. No.
So you spring water?
Yeah, I put spring water on them. Yeah, we bought water. No, it wasn't spring water. It's just like purified water. It wasn't nothing.
Fluoride?
I don't know if I was that big on health. I don't know. I don't know how big I was on the health tip. Yeah. I don't know how big I was on the health tip. Yeah, I just rolled a cord up on my leg. Scared the fuck out of me. Long story short, nigga, lobsters are dominant hierarchy gods, nigga. You know, everybody talk about crabs, how they like pull niggas. They not trying to pull nobody out. They trying to they dumb. They trying to go up. They don't get it. They don't get it. But these lobster niggas, bro, they different. They swim backwards, bro. Like you really they just every time they just push. Just like this, they just put little fucking roaches in your tank swimming around. Dirty your tank.
Exoskeletons.
Exoskeleton.
What does that mean? I'll tell you what it means. It's the same chemical that's affected by antidepressants in human beings. And so, like, if you're depressed, you're a defeated lobster. Like you're like this. I'm small. I'm not. Things are dangerous. I don't want to fight. You give somebody an antidepressant, it's like up they stretch, and then they're ready to like take on the world again. Well, if you give lobsters who just got defeated in a fight serotonin, then they stretch out and they'll fight again. And that's like we separated from those creatures on the evolutionary timescale somewhere between 350 and 600 million years ago. And the damn neurochemistry is the same. And so that's another indication of just how important hierarchies of authority are. I mean, they've been conserved since the time of lobsters.
Mind you, he isn't saying it's bad, right? He's actually arguing for it because this new soft generation, they're complaining about hierarchy. Say man is above woman, this is above that. And it's like he's trying to explain, this shit has been like nature has preserved this nature in these motherfuckers. Like nature isn't dumb. Like it's not like people is interfering with them who's diving under the water.
This is how it goes.
This is what it is. So he tells you the good and bad side of it, just to let you know, like it is what it is, but there's purpose in it. So you got to kind of understand that.
There weren't trees around when lobsters first manifested themselves on the planet. And so what that means is these hierarchies that I've been talking about, those things are older than trees. And so one of the truisms for what constitutes real from a Darwinian perspective is that which has been around the longest period of time, right? Because it's had the longest period of time to exert selection pressure. Well, we know we evolved and lived in trees, something on the order of 60 million years ago. We're talking 10 times as far back as that for the hierarchy. And so the idea that human beings, that the hierarchy is something that has exerted selection pressure on human beings I don't think that's not a disputable issue. How it's done it and exactly what that means, we can argue about, but like that sort of biological continuity is just absolutely unbelievable. It was funny because I revealed this finding. I didn't discover this, I read about it, but I talked to my graduate students about it. I used to take them out for breakfast, and they were a very contentious, snappy bunch. And they were always trying to one-up each other, and they were quite witty. And for like 6 months until it got very annoying, every time one of them one-upped the other, they'd stretch themselves out and like snap their hands like So that was very funny. It was really very funny. So you see this in lobsters, and so that's pretty amazing. And one of the other things that's really cool about lobsters is that, let's say you've been like top lobster for a long time, but you're getting kind of old, and some young lobster just whales the hell out of you, and so you're all depressed. But the thing is, your brain is dominant, but you don't have much of a brain because you're a lobster. And so now what are you going to do? Because you just lost. And the answer is, well, your brain will dissolve, and you'll grow a subordinate brain. Yeah, and so that's what we're thinking about too. We're here for a couple of reasons. First of all, if any of you have ever been seriously defeated,
your brain will dissolve, and you would develop a subordinate brain. The word that he keeps using about why this guy fights back is serotonin. Empress, can you pull serotonin up? Right, we talk about dopamine releases. Right, we talk about dopamine. All right, but when you hear this word, right, what it looks like at the end. Protein, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, blah. So this is the amino acid. Can you go to the all so we can get let me see where is that? Okay, mood. That's what I want you to read
Its
right there.
biological function is complex and multifaceted, modulating mood, cognition, reward, learning, memory, and numerous psychological processes such as vomiting and vasoconstriction.
So when you hear dopamine, you will usually hear them talk about serotonin release and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the reason why is because this is what regulates your mood, your cognition. I don't know if y'all know what cognition mean, nigga, but this is everything that a human is, nigga, your cognition. Hold on, the whole rewarding, your learning, memory. Come on, man. Come on. This is the whole reason why you think, basically, they saying. They saying you're not even thinking without no serotonin.
Unknown.
What else about melatonin? Just remember, what's the point of these things? Even tell you, science say, me and Empras was talking earlier, bro, about how science say that you got such and such amount of junk DNA. What the hell is that responsible for? If they figuring out things every day, new things they starting to come to realize, oh, this dude, they haven't even studied cannabis. They haven't even completely studied cannabis. Now people talking about terpenes. They're talking about terpenes. I'm just telling you, bro, there's a lot of stuff going on. Make sure we're early adopters of things. Like even right now with the cannabis market, you could be an early adopter of that. A lot of people, we playing around with these shits. We want to gain too fast, bro. Stop that double up mindset. You heard Scoop, double work. Everything that happened yesterday, today, I'm trying to double money. You feel me? Like, that's a bad mindset, Scoop.
Yeah.
Nah, put me on the screen. But Scoop, no, but you said double work.
Yeah, you gotta work hard, bro. Double time, overtime.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
Put in time, bro. Get to that 10,000 hours.
That's what
bro.
he was saying. That's what he was saying. He was saying if I work hard yesterday, I gotta work harder today. You feel me? My grind from yesterday gotta be doubled. That's why I like it. He said double work. This was in his younger days though when he was going through his emotional problem. You already said double bitches, double D's all on my. Hey, shout out to you, Scoop.
Infidelity, man.
Huh?
Infidelity, man.
Why you saying that about Scoop?
That's what he stood on. Double and square.
Back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
What you putting on? You putting on some background on some shit.
Yeah, it says the serotonin syndrome is potentially life-threatening syndrome that is precipitated by the use of such serotonergic drugs and overactivation of both the peripheral and central postsynaptic. This syndrome consists of a combination of mental status changes, neuromuscular hyperactivity, and
so these are antidepressants they're talking about. I mean, yeah, this would be antidepressant. Because what you're doing is trying to regulate a mood that's supposed to be
via the therapeutic use of serotonin drugs alone. So it's just separating the plant versus taking the whole John. Click
on serotonin drugs and then paste that and let's see what that takes us. Matter of fact, you could actually let me see. No, I can't do it. You have to come back on.
What you doing?
I wanted to put it halfway on the screen at least so they can see how we find things. Because I was telling you earlier how rap is like cannabis Cause like it doesn't dilute reality so much. You got to actually find the holes. You feel me? So you got to find the little pathways out. So that's what I'm trying to show him right now. How the fuck we find out what things mean. All right, Black.
What does serotonergic mean? The Oxford Online Dictionary describes serotonergic as denoting a nerve ending that releases and stimulated by serotonin, while Merriam-Webster defines and man, if we could find the pronunciation, I would love that because I don't like pronouncing this. It's so terrible. Serotonergic. No, because that's energetic, organic. Yeah. I'm just going to assume that it's serotogenic right now and keep reading. Serotogenic. As liberating, activated by, or involving serotonin and the transmission of nerve impulses. Together, these definitions provide a good overview of the definition of serotogenic. But now let's get a better understanding.
Man, I don't like that computer voice. Serotonergic? No, I don't like that computer voice. I think
Welcome
serogenic.
back. Today we'll be talking about serotonin syndrome.
Serotonin?
Oh, so that's how they saying it.
Serotonergic. Serotonergic.
Serotonergic.
Serotonergic.
Serotonergic. All right, so the definition of serotonergic, but now let's get a better understanding in relation to the human body. Science Direct explains that serotogenic neurons account for less than 1% of all the neurons in the brain, yet there is virtually no corner of the CNS, or the central nervous system, that is lacking serotogenic input. Despite accounting for so few of the neurons in the brain and considering the magnitude of its reach through the CNS, it makes sense that the serotogenic system is well positioned to provide a broad modulatory influence upon diverse functions rather than the precise point-to-point transmission characteristics of traditional sensory, motor, and associational pathways. Essentially, serotogenic is described as something that mimics serotonin and influences serotonin receptors, which ultimately impacts a multitude of functions in the body. So you're literally working one thing and not the other. It's like having the brake drawn on, the emergency brakes.
Not using your real brakes.
Yeah. It's like, brother, you finna mess up all this stuff in here because it's a cog in a wheel type motion. You got to get this going to get this going to have this all flowing.
That's how everything works. That's why it's always odd when a regular person sees somebody fix something or figure something out. Because a layman, they don't really understand different things. Like even when I was saying like amino acids, and these are because people don't understand proteins. So when they hear amino acid, they didn't even know proteins was amino acids.
Right.
So
like even with the CBD to THC ratio, that's a whole plant concept, and it's not as psychoactive as far as finding the holes out. Once you get the CBD involved, it literally takes you out.
No, but
completely.
That's the whole thing, though. I always explain that it's a way to find those holes, but you have to just understand what you're looking for.
Right.
You can't come in here with nothing to look for.
The main thing is, I think, it's just like how you go into it. So if you go into it like thinking about it as like, oh my gosh, like I'm getting older, you just have like weird negative, like not life type of narratives in your head. It's not good for you. But if you come into the process like, all right, I'm healing right now, this is a healing process I'm going through, like we know the health benefits of this, and you can kind of have that rational discussion, like your mind kind of calms itself down. But if you're in this space of like, yo, I'm hungry, yo, this, yo, that, it's going to be just that. Like it literally is a reflection of what's going on with you. So all you can do is try to positively look at the situation. All right, I might be getting a little dehydrated. They say that this is known to dehydrate you. Get you some water. All right, you're experiencing eye irritation. Okay, maybe you just need to kind of close your eyes and relax. Enjoy the healing process. Like it's a calm and relaxing moment. This isn't a roller coaster ride. You're not about to go flying 45 miles per hour into a dungeon cave style. No, this is you on a comfortable couch in a comfortable setting, healing yourself.
The healing is for the nations.
Correct.
The healing is for the nations, so everybody knew the herbs, bro. Empress.
Mm-hmm.
That's you that just got scared.
Yes.
You got scared?
Yeah, because you just did that and you always playing around.
What you talking about do to you? Take you up and through there?
No.
All right, take you up and through there.
Yeah.
So that dollar, you read that dollar, babe, you got the mouse?
Dollar, crude, Bitcoin rise, gold down.
Okay, so what that's saying the dollar went up.
Crude went up.
Okay.
Bitcoin went up.
So that's crude oil. That's Bitcoin. So the dollar, what else? What fell? Gold?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if I was a trader, let me go see Weeble real quick. Because I'm always thinking about trading in positions. Oh, back pages. We found back pages. Back page is gone.
Mm-hmm.
All right, back page is gone. Because I was trying to figure out if they still had back page where they were selling prostitutes. You're saying it's gone. It should be gone. But what I said I was about to go research this now. Weeble. You can type in Weeble real quick. Enter. And you said you gotta love Emperor. You don't know. Y'all don't have no wives. I feel bad for y'all. Y'all be doing a lot of work. Y'all be seeing y'all cast. I seen a nigga doing a cat. Seen a nigga doing a cast one day. He put his mouse down and ran and changed the camera and ran. Yo, I seen a nigga that was trying to pull up a tab. He had to go inside and borrow his desktop.
Okay, don't even advertise like that because
type it in on his desktop.
Even if you have a wife, she might even be up to doing any of this stuff.
No, they don't got a wife. The most I said, if you find a wife,
you find something good.
You feel me? The most I didn't say, if you find a wife, then you got to build her up. You got to find something new. No. You find a wife, you find gold, you find fucking jewel, you find precious metals, you find goddamn everything. You find greater than everything. Greater than the Most High himself.
Oh gosh, is that the black woman is God narrative?
The Most High put a woman here. In the Bible, they describe the Most High as creating the woman, right? And what they said was like, from my, I need to be clear, right? From the paradigm that I'm from, right? They explained that Adam was there first.
Mm-hmm.
Adam went to the garden, blah, 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 blah. He's in the garden and he's seeing, oh, it's not what that is. Oh, that's a tree of knowledge. So he goes over to the tree of knowledge. He hits the herb. He lays down. He say, man, it'd be amazing if I had a wife or a woman of my own or something that he said like that. So while he was dreaming, right, in his dream, he imagined this woman, right? So that's why he said the Most High created him. Because Adam dreamed her up, something from his vision. Right, so Adam had a vision, and he was like, bro, imagine if she had this right here, though, and her butt right here. Nah, titties right here. Nah, I gave her titties.
Yeah, it was definitely, conceptually speaking, a portal of some sort to kind of escape.
The Most I explained that he just created, man. He just put them here just to try to figure out what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. And then it was like, all right, are there any other dimensions of sorts? And then you get a woman, and now she has an infinite dimension or a portal.
Let's try to figure out what's going on. It's how the Most High was approaching the situation.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, hold on, let's see what the man doing. I was bored. And then, like I said, when Adam had that dream, they explained that the Most High created this woman. Adam seen Adam, like, yo, I gotta call you Eve. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you beautiful. That's the only thing he could say. Like, he seen the evening, and he was like, yo, I seen the sunset. What the fuck is that about? Shit is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
See that fucking sunset? You ever seen that shit? That's goddamn Eve. So he called it evening, right? Eve.
Mhm.
The story is amazing, right? But the story was just telling you that was the second creation.
And Eve can be evening, even.
As in,
she completed the duality.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And mind you, this is the second creation. Because he said that he already created people. That was in the formless world.
Mhm.
They was in the world of no form, wind, no fucking. The mountains used to blow. I guess he said shit was gone. Shit was crazy.
Right.
These motherfuckers are here first, and then he created the second set of people. You know, you gotta think about creation story, bro. But this Taco Tuesday, bro.
Where we talk about currency.
I said I wanted to check out gold. They said gold's down on the day. Can you type in AUD? You see that? When I have the keyboard, I can type it in. It's just like when I'm saying shit, it's just like it's in too much random space. I can't really define it, but yeah, there you go right there. But yeah, it's say you. My bad, folks. I gotta touch the keyboard. I gotta get back in touch with it.
You a visual learner.
I gotta get back in touch with it. Right? I gotta get back in touch with it, Empress. Right. But you seen it, right? First try.
Yeah.
It won't even.
I know about visual learning.
I'm just saying, it wasn't even thinking about it. It was just like, bop, bop.
Yeah, I know. It's that it makes things that easy.
What? Cause you see now.
Visual learning.
What you mean? Are you saying you a visual learner?
No. I'm a quick learner.
Equipped.
Quick.
Equipped. I can see me putting you in like one of my movies. Amber, you gotta tell the folks that me and you got some movies, some scenes coming out.
Nah, I'm making announcements. We just dropped.
We just dropped bombs. Bomb droppers. Call us Biden.
Great marketing.
Call us Biden. Nigga might show up and be like, yo, we told y'all we dropped some bombs on some niggas.
Trader Joe!
You fucking so how much is it down right now, Empress? I can't see it.
It is the percentage?
It's only down
4.45%.
Okay. We can find the entry. Let me go on the 4-hour chart. Can they see what? Yeah, they can see. We about to get up out here too. Matter of fact, on 4-hour, the downtrend just started. This is what I would tell the Empress. When you catch these 4 hours, this is what you catch. You catch thousands of dollars. Like even right now with this red, nobody should be buying right now. You should be waiting for it to go back up. So if you're trading on a minute, say if you want a 1 minute chart, I don't like the way this shit look though, boy. Right? Shit look crazy.
That shit look like Disney roller coaster ride.
What the fuck is this? Look.
Ew.
It went way up here and just fell.
What is that?
Fell on a nigga head.
1 minute.
Fell on a nigga head.
How much did it go to? 1.7?
1790.
And that's at 1.2?
And it fell to 1752.
Oh.
Where it's currently trading at right now.
Okay.
That is fucking embarrassing. But so maybe I wouldn't probably play with this on the minute. Right. But look at on the 15. Look at the actions you get. Look at the price actions you get. It's the same test though. Cause remember we created a test. And with the test, we use it for everything. This falls, maybe you say, yo, it may be going back up because the green tricked you, but you don't buy yet. You wait to see if it goes up, and it failed, and then it falls again, and then you wait for this to go up, and it didn't, and it failed. And look, every time it failed, it falls levels after levels. Now we get boom. Now we get the green going up. Like I told y'all, it's usually 3 of them. It's usually 3 of them. When you get more than 3, get out of it, bro. Don't get too greedy, bro. Don't get too greedy, bro. Okay, bro. This is the first test right here. But there's no test. You see it. It's just it's falling, and for some reason somebody got tricked in this shit, and it fell on their ass again. Yo, how did this happen, man? Look, it's already falling, and then it popped up, and it fell. Like, oh, matter of fact, do you know what they call this? A dead cat bounce, right? If you listen to battle rap, it's a brother K Shine that he said he'd kill a nigga, walk over him, and give him that "is he dead" kick. Yeah, because you want to make sure that somebody's dead. Because what happens is the cat will be dead, and it'll do that lifeless bounce. And you're like, oh snap, the cat alive, bro. It's like, oh no, that'd be dead. So dead cat bounce, right? So that's what just happened right there. Because it was kind of already at these levels over here. Right? Before it fell, it was rising to these levels. So maybe it was too much sell pressure, or maybe people was losing too much. So they say, yo, let me get some money out of it, and then I'll let it drop again. So they gained some money with some knuckleheads.
Nah, that just looked like some
market manipulation.
MetaTrader.
That's all you can imagine.
MetaTrader violence.
Nevertheless, this is on the 15-minute, right?
Them folk wake up for violence, y'all. That was a nigga that woke up with violence.
All right, let's figure out what we could do right now, Empress. Mind you, I told y'all it's usually 3 drops. We got one right there. The test. Me and Empress don't usually believe in these little tests right here, so we wouldn't really consider that as a test, but they technically tested, so you can consider that as one. So that's one.
Failed.
Boom. Now you get this other failure, another random popper. Just a random nigga that just popped up and he failed. So this is the second one right here, with technically the third one. So now you're waiting for an entry. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all right now. But what is the data? What is the fundamentals tied to everything that I just showed you? Which is why I don't like Weeble on this motherfucking site. Weeble, I know y'all want niggas to download that app, but me and Empress about to get up out of here. But we gave y'all a lot, bro. And I like the way we ended like that. That's the motherfucking clip here. But come back next show and we'll let y'all know what to do. But right now, Bitcoin is the goal. Bitcoin ran hot. It's pulling back right now. Just try to find you. Look, Empress already putting on. I'll tell you, Empress, you can't do that on here. You can't do that on here.
BTC and BTC.
Yeah, you just got to put USD too. Yeah. No, you put a space in between your John?
Oh, God.
You put a space in between your John? Did I'll punch you. You know I got my European clothes on. I knock you out, Jit. I do not play when I got my European garb on, bro. All right, boom. Zoom out of BTC. All right. There go the test.
Right. What?
The first one starts right here.
It
No, it's on it right now. The sell is gonna come on the next one. Look, one.
That one passed.
No, it failed. This is a failure. This dude stop right here, and the green was. Look at the green at. The green at.
The green passed, right?
Yeah. Oh, so you all right. Okay, cool. So that's one pass. Blah blah.
Okay, so now we start from that red test right there, and it fails.
Fails. This red test. Pass. But then this negates it, so it failed, and then the red failed again. So this is 3 pushes. So now on the next red is when it's gonna be the drop. So the next time that this John change, look, because the John is still in red, right? And this whole time that it's in green, it hasn't changed this red MACD. So the next time the red turns over, that's when you get the changeover. But before, none of this made sense because look, this was red, but look at this shit. It wasn't doing anything. It was no action.
Right.
And then when the greens came, it smacked them. Then when these reds came, they came heavy, but look, their heaviness wasn't even able to beat nothing. So now we waiting on the next one because they got defeated right here. But look, this green is not really defeating this, bro.
And you're saying the red defeats the green once it gets below. So
yes,
if the
ma'am.
last dot on the red downtrend was below the last dot on the green uptrend.
Yes, ma'am.
It would have been a pass test. And is that a buy-in point? You're saying?
If you have capital, because usually what they do is sometimes this will happen and it'll be a fake out. It's rare, but if it is, when I say it's a fake out, they'll push. And when I say this is only if you're leverage trading. If you're spot trading, go to sleep. Fuck them. Fuck them. But if you're leverage trading, right, and that's why people people that trade on bigger time frames, they say Bitcoin don't do nothing all day. Bitcoin start off at a number and finish at a number. But all throughout the day,
money made.
It was price action the whole time, right? So when you look at things at a bigger time frame, you kind of miss exactly what you're supposed to be seeing. What I was going in on. But we out of here, matter of fact. Don't even worry about what I'm going in on. Just save me and save yourself.
We gotta get Professor Ras Natty some more capital so he can come on here and swing at the folks with capital, and they can kind of get a better gist of what's going on right now. Because right now we're working with the smaller farmers.
Hey, but I already explained to you, Empress, on the next cast or one of these times when you got some free time, we just open it up and just go live on Facebook or one of these jobs, bro. You have the MetaTrader. You just have the MetaTrader there. We just trade live on the demo account. Just trade live on the demo account and just show the people exactly what we're saying and how it works. Right, so we'll show them like 2 examples. We'll show a large account where we try to tell them, at least $1,000, and then we'll show like a smaller account like $250, $250, right? And then we'll show them how the $250 is. Well, shit. Now that we got this test, it's a little bit harder, and even if you want to be safe, the thing is that depending on your risk, you can kind of have a stop loss too. So. Yeah, like I said, in that next episode, we can just show them.
So we can do a training versus.
Hey, I tell you, we've been waiting to set that show up, man. But a lot of the people that came on the show, you told me that they said they ain't really train like that.
They all threw up. They all threw up, and they come fishing and work out.
And I know you're supposed to have your brother coming on.
Bro, I just thought about that like mid cast, and I was like, I ain't even hit bro. But yeah, he hit me up, so he wasn't concerned about it.
We gotta bring bro on the cast.
Gotta
bring him on the cast
for sure.
But yeah, let's get back to this motherfucking. We'll get up out of here, man. We be giving y'all too much free gems. Like me and Empress, like we just love going long because we be watching people. We be like, man, these niggas can go long, bro. They gotta support the folks. But we ready, Empress.
Alrighty, guys, and that is the conclusion of episode 133. Of Black Wall Street Bets Taco Tuesday, where we talk about currency only. Until next time.